And we're alive.
Hopefully
with no
there's
issues
audio.
whatsoever. Hopefully. Welcome to Roll to Quest, friends. Or hey, friends. Welcome to Roll to Quest. I guess the way I usually do it. Where we fuck up everything, technically. No real announcements, except for that we actually have TQ. I know it's not an announcement, but I'm happy about it. So with that, we are just going to jump into our session a little bit late, assuming that I can actually... Okay, I can be heard based on that message. Cool. I just wanted to make sure everything is actually working. So, last week, it was fairly simple what we did, actually. After having... After having traded for the spell book. Whoa.
You freak out every time it does that.
So that's a lot. After having traded for the spell book that Vorthalax had requested, and meeting with the different denizens of both Orthovel's temple, and then completing the different tasks that you had, you all met up for dinner and had a fairly long conversation over what you guys wanted to do as a group and what the plan was, specifically mostly centered around what to do with this spell book that Vorthalax was looking for, that you were also able to confirm was written by Lorthun. The only two things that were firmly decided on that dinner was Zephyr himself has said that the book needs to be returned before you guys leave this time. Otherwise, something bad would likely happen to Kane upon returning to the present. Yes, Clay. Upon returning to the present. And then the second was that you were holding off on speaking with Vorthalax, even though Gurgle thinks there might be some credence there, to first meet with the guide and see what Zarion might have been able to gather around. I believe you were looking for information around the god, who that was, as well as who might have plots to kill...
Technically, and this is just getting more accurate, it was only on the plots on who was planning on killing Selpharion, and then we were going to ask him what he knew about the god. That wasn't technically my requirement.
Yes, I apologize. We discussed it a little bit after stream. That's why. So the main thing that you had actually sent him to figure out, though, is whether or not there is any kind of coup or plan to murder Selpharion. So with that, where we had ended was actually the next morning after you had breakfast, and again discussed a little bit more what the plans were. I actually suddenly can't remember who all decided to go out. I know that you were one of the individuals going out.
Zephyr. I'm pretty sure everyone decided, but...
Were you coming out to speak with the guide as well?
No. I was going to the forge.
Another big announcement. We're going to today.
Are we on episode 50?
We're 50.
I thought that's tomorrow.
Says session 49. Oh, never mind.
We should have said that before I went through that whole thing. So, apparently we're on session 50 today. I think 52 would be a much more exciting one, because that's 1 year.
Incorrect, because we've skipped multiple weeks.
Yeah, but it's like 52 episodes is what it is. We actually have been streaming for over a year now. I don't know when we started, though.
I think at episode 1.
I will answer that in a second.
God, damn. The intelligence, holy shit.
Okay, so where we're actually going to start, we're actually just going to start at the end of breakfast, just as a, so you guys can figure out who all wants to go, and you guys can have the discussion. As far as I know, again, the plan is to go speak with Zarion.
Is it Zarion or Zarion?
It's Air, Zarion.
Okay. I've just always called it Zarion or Zarion.
Kane is the one who commissioned him, so he will for sure be going out. Who all else would like to accompany him outside or to stay for whatever reason?
How much money did Batal collect? I forgot to ask that at the end of the last session.
April 26th was our first stream of last year.
I think you told me the diamond. Yeah, you told me 600 diamond dust, but you did not tell me the money.
Clay would like to join in.
Batal gave you a initial investment for the party that was offered by Orthovel, effectively both as an initial investment on his deal that he had brokered with Mr. Clay Beekman, as well as his sponsorship of you, and he has given you guys 15,000 gold.
Which I assume Zephyr has?
15,000?
Yes.
I assume Zephyr has it.
I did not have that.
No, you do
technically
not.
it was given to Kane.
Okay.
Since you are, I'm pretty sure, the party fund tracker.
Yeah.
I would keep 100 of it for myself and then give you 1,400.
So 1,400 gold. Okay.
I was going platinum.
So,
So
not
1,000 gold for me.
Gotta pay
14k for you.
Wait, okay, so
Is it in platinum or is it in gold?
I got told gold. I heard
It's gold. It's 15,000 gold.
So I'll keeping 1,000 gold for me, 14k for you.
1,000. Okay.
It's not 100,000.
I automatically converted it into platinum.
My computer's being dumb.
So you still owe Clay 50 gold pieces for that broken wine.
Okay, so Kane and Clay are going to be heading out to meet with the guide. Is anybody else coming? They're very distracted and have not noticed.
I
think the problem
is the door there on the second floor.
Yes.
This morning, the door is there. Also, the door is on the first floor, not the second floor.
Replace the screen.
It goes up to the third floor, is our guess.
So there's, as a quick layout of the manor, you have the main hall. There's a door that periodically appears at the back, and then a staircase that goes up to the second floor. Then there's two staircases to the right and left as well.
I would go exploring. You can probably play this out later or in quick succession, and be looking for housekeepers. I would also specifically be keeping an eye on the door, see anyone walking towards, like in the hallway down towards where the door is, to follow them, and if they open door, ask if I can go through it with them.
Okay, so important clarification. There is much of the manor you guys have not entered that you were told you're not supposed to enter. What do we mean when we say exploring?
Is it a
You guys have-
mansion or
I thought.
manor?
No, we were told we could go anywhere on the first floor except for the study, which apparently we got permission to enter without my knowledge.
So there is places on the second floor that you are. So the only place you guys have been into on the second floor, if you go up the stairs, there's 6 separate doors that go into different areas. One goes to the top floor of the library, the second floor of the library. One goes into the study. There's 4 other doors that you were told you were not supposed to enter, that have not been entered, nor have been brought up again.
With my conversation with the
No.
butler,
Study was
what
on
I
the first-
know,
We never entered any other door besides the library on the second floor.
He's correct.
with my conversation with the butler, what I know that all the people he told me of are currently people that I do not have even permission to go into their areas.
What do you think?
Apparently, you have permission to enter the corridors.
No, he said he took notice, not permission.
Did not actually have a conversation with him.
I would then go by the door, wait for Orlavale or somebody to walk through the door, and periodically put my head on the wall, see if the corridor man is there.
Roger is chilling in the main hall, waiting to see if someone enters through the door then. Are the two of you going out to meet with Zarion as well? That's Zephyr and Tiku for the two? Or are you guys staying at the manor?
I was planning on finding a place to pray without getting eaten by dragons.
Yes, so you're going out to the festival, however you are not actually looking to meet with Zarion. What are you doing, Tiku?
You can go back up to the festival.
Okay, so we got the 3 of you going out to the festival, and then lastly, what are you doing, Gurgle?
Forge.
Gurgle's going to the forge. Okay, so we're gonna have the 3 of you, well, technically the 4 of you, as Batal would again open that portal that allows you to exit.
We try.
Exit Lone Peak.
And I'm going to guide us myself because I knew it was coming.
Sure.
21.
Nothing new.
Damn it! It will work eventually.
So while Kane continues to try and figure out what the symbols on Batal's hands are.
Well, no, because I know what the left one is. I just haven't seen the right one.
That's true. What the other symbol is. Apologies. The 4 of you all exit from the portal. Upon exiting, Zephyr would effectively look to find a perch. If you actually are going to fly up, you do need to use a
Spell slot.
spell slot to actually cast fly. As you guys would again.
'Cause it's storming.
It is storming. As you guys would be exiting out into what you as soon as you exit there and you kind of like look up, you can hear the thunder, you can hear the rain. You're like, oh, this is going to be a bit of a stormy day, before you realize you're not getting wet. And you kind of like look down, and as the water falls, it seems to stop just before it hits you and almost seems to roll off. And as you guys look about, the different carriages, the wagons, the even the different carnival games, as the rain is about to hit each one, it almost seems to freeze in place and then to veer off like it is hitting some kind of invisible wall. It would kind of remind you of like a force cage, as this rain does not actually seem to hit anyone. It is still fairly, you still have the elements of the storm with the mud as the wagons are going through and people walking through the mud, but no one is actually getting soaked despite what is a large rainfall.
Can I do an Arcana check on this phenomenon?
You could attempt to see if you can figure out what is.
Guidance myself. Fuck. 20.
If there is a spell that does this, you have never heard of it. Again, the closest thing you could think of is that somehow there are thousands of iterations of Force Cage being casted and then perfectly molded to the people around.
That would be absurd.
It's much more likely that there is a different option, but that's the only thing that you could think of. With that, as Zephyr flies up to his perch, and the three of you effectively enter into the festival, it is not but a few moments as you you make it to your first stall, and Tiku sees something, despite having just come from breakfast, that she's interested in, and kind of like walks over to the stall as you look to inspect what is effectively the legs of just multiple different insect-like creatures that they seem to have cut open, and what they're advertising is what effectively would be the marrow or some kind of like goo that is a mixture of the blood and the innards of these insects. They're offered as almost effectively, I don't even know what you'd call these, but you effectively would buy them in longer stints of the insect leg, and then you suck it out. As Tiku kind of like walks over to that, a familiar, very, very short dragonborn who seems to have been expecting you.
Does he have a neck?
He does have a neck. This is the guide, as you guys would see Zarion, now with a new hat, as he seems to have a Captain Sailor hat, not unlike what Kelmia has. A little red feather that sticks off the back of it, and then he has a large, almost like a large cloak that so with the storm, it's not actually that windy, but his cloak does seem to, you might say, billow slightly behind him as he almost seems to appear next to you, Tiki. You don't notice him right away, but as you kind of like reach out to grab one, he says, good choice. It's more sweet than you would imagine. As you suck it in, and it almost is like a honey-like tree sap mixed with a stew. Like they had cooked meat in, again, like a tree sap honey combination and turned it into almost like a candy-like liquid.
That's new.
Is the carapace edible? Do you?
Of course, as he takes it and bites it, and you hear like a decent snap as it seems it is definitely a harder chew. Is even as he crunches it, you can hear him almost like grinding it in his teeth. Of course it is. Not quite as succulent as what lies beneath, but not too unlike a jerky.
How many calories is it?
Sweet jerky.
I have no idea. Nope. Gotta get rid of that. Sorry, that threw me off pretty bad. Muted. There we go. Okay. The orc that seems to be Manning. The orc that's manning this stall just nods, and he hands out 4 of them, and then he just holds his hand out to you.
I heard the dog them.
Is Zephyr with us, or did he?
The price is 5 coppers apiece.
Zephyr, they're asking for the useless shiny things again.
As you turn around and just start talking, Zephyr is not there.
I'll pull out a gold and I'll place it in his hand. Zephyr is not here.
Takes it, just nods, and then he sets another one on the table in front of you. And he turns to start to help some of the other
Do you want some
members of
king?
the festival.
I suppose I'll try it.
Again, it's a little bit harder to
Let's
stomach
see.
for you. As Tiku effectively drank and ate this, her experience eating fine delicacies, we'll say, allows her a lot more leeway. For you, it seems to almost like coat your throat, almost like with a little. It almost feels like a syrup, but it gets kind of stuck in your throat. It's sweet still, the flavor is still the same, but it's almost overpowering.
I
Such a
suppose
unique flavor, right?
it is good enough for a single try. You may have the exterior.
As he hands back to you, what is effectively it seems like they wanted it to resemble jerky. It's almost got the same kind of texture with how much they've cooked and what's it called when you smack meat?
Tenderize it?
Tenderize. Almost as if they've tenderized the insect shell to make it a little bit more brittle and easy to break, but still quite hard. Doesn't actually have that much flavor. It's more of like something to chew on, almost like gum that you're meant to
I
swallow.
think you're supposed to eat it together.
Zarion kind of smiling says, "That is a route that a lot look to take, yes. It
Like,
is
It's more chewy and then
complimentary.
the sweetie if you eat them together.
Man,
With that, in terms of what I was able to find, you gave me a job, and I feel like I did quite well with it. There is many a plan. But as how I felt a bit pertinent to give you more information as I found more. There is not only plans to assassinate, as you said, Zesterion, or Cetharion. There is also plans to take away Vorthalax's life, as well as that is Her Highness and His Majesty.
plans that you believe have any credence?
Oh, of course. There is a cacophony of errors in them. But there are many that are unsatisfied with the rule, and per the nature of dragons, they are ambitious. They see an opening, someone they determine weak to be pounced upon. For what it's worth, I do think the vast majority of them will end without complication. The royal family is quite strong. The only worry is what the royal family will do in recompense. That is the thing I'd be more concerned about. But as far as what you were worried about, a plan to actually kill Silfarion, while I keep doing that, I could not find anything that had enough meat behind it to be of concern.
That's good to know.
One thing that might interest you, along those same, if you're looking for like-minded individuals seeking for her protection, her brother is the reason most of these are foiled. Some already, some, he gestures up, and he's gesturing up, so you have Lone Peak, and then you have that canyon wall.
Mm-hmm.
As he gestures up to a side of the canyon wall, you see there's a part of it that has been caved in slightly, and there's a carcass of a dragon, still fresh with blood running down the side of the canyon with rain. And you can see what is two dragons that seem to be flying away.
It's actually a question: is the corpse being rained on?
The corpse is being rained on. Carrying the blood and the viscera almost down the side of the cliff, to the point that as it's falling, this isn't terribly recent. Likely within the last half hour, some of the viscera you can see has actually fallen all the way down into the canyon base, and people are actually collecting it and piling it, likely to cook and serve. This is
Vorthalax is doing?
you could say that by extension. He's quite concerned. Some call him sister lover. Doesn't matter amongst dragons, but the humans popularize it. At least the ones that don't care for their life.
Well, that is good to know that my fears were unfounded. However, I was curious, as I believe it is pertinent to information that we as a group require. How much would it cost to learn the name of the god on trial?
Impertinent information indeed, but also very protected. A dangerous secret. As he looks to the other two who aren't paying attention to him, and then just focuses back on you.
It's not as if we
Tiku's
are
wandered to another stall to get more food.
fearful of danger. One might say we even got it.
Price for a god. Well, you're in luck, as I am most curious of this myself. So, I know, of course. But, is it...
I mean, you've heard one of our secrets.
What will you do with the information? And before you answer, I must tell you, it does affect the price. But there'll be a price either way.
Of course. Well, I'm thinking I do need to pay you for your original services. How much would that cost?
Well, if the plans had more meat to them, I likely would have charged you more for the juicy details. But I feel as if 50 gold would be fine for the day's services rendered.
I'll hand him 50 gold.
He takes it, does have a little bit of a sly smile as he does, happy with his work. As he actually doesn't even pocket it, he just has a small pouch that kind of pours it in. He wears his coin purse openly to his side, despite the ongoings of the festival.
I suppose if you're, yeah, okay. As for what we plan to do with the information, truthfully, if I was going to say the bare bones truth, we're going to utilize it to come to a decision on which side we are planning on taking.
An impactful choice. I must ask, who are the sides?
Oh, the king and his son, of course.
All right. What is the god whose answer results in you siding with the usurper? If it impacts your decision, surely you've thought of the catalyst.
Truthfully, I'm unfamiliar with the gods of this era. So, if it is one that I know, it will impact it. But if it is not one that I know, it probably will not sway it one way or the other. Like if it is, just to throw a name out there, Bane. Well, Voltrax is much more terrifying in that case.
He would be much more terrifying in that case. However, no, Bane would not be prevalent. I have a proposition. I will give you the name of the god. And then you will tell me what the information is worth.
You're confident I will not cheat you?
No. However, there is two parts to this. What is life if not a gamble? And second, you can't cheat me. It's a fool's gamble. We shall start. Sahin Moonbrow.
And the only two here are Tiku and Clay,
Yes.
who are not paying attention at all.
Pay attention.
Are you?
Like, I
I've been eating the bug stick.
paying attention,
This whole time.
eating
He
food
literally
with-
asked you a question, but yeah.
Wait, when did you ask me?
Tiku's not paying attention. She's wandering around getting food for herself.
He's like, I am so paying attention, Kane, as, he's
Was-
picking food up from Tiku.
And you said Sahin?
Sahin
What did he ask?
Moonbrow.
Ask for that title.
He's asking what knowing the god's name is.
No, I heard that question.
Why? Is
He
it
didn't
relevant?
actually
it
ask
was-
you a question.
it-
What he did was he was looking for intrigue between you guys, and he looked between all three of you, and he didn't find any, so he focused back on him.
Oh,
Warrior goddess of the night. is her full title.
I got a quick question though. Is it safe to tell? This is out of game. Is it safe to tell this guy these things?
I've already told him we're from the future.
This is the guy that you guys, when you guys first arrived and you paid someone to escort you to the festival. This is one of the individuals you talked to.
In
Right,
fact,
but why
this is a person
talking to him not.
immune to the Chrono Hunter,
He is great.
which we
know why?
found out
We don't
somehow. We don't know how.
We don't know why, but we were given a list of names of people that were not affected by the Chrono Hunter.
We were given a list of
talking about-
names? What?
I was like,
When did we get this?
He gave us a verbal list.
Yeah, it wasn't even a list. He said that there are individuals who you've interacted with who will
That
not
are-
alter.
So
Yeah.
there's a list that doesn't exist.
There are
There is a
people
list
that
of-
you can
I
talk
have it in my
to.
head. I know it, but I'm not here, so I'm not gonna say it.
I'm just munching away watching.
Can I make a religion check?
Go for it.
I would like
on-
to assist.
I would actually just have you make your own, as you're a paladin, so your check would be lower.
On Shar. Is she a warrior? As I've always
So you're doing a specific religion check for your knowledge on Shar.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you also doing this? Or are you trying to?
I wanted to give him assistance.
Okay, so I would still have you do your own, just because your check is going to be lower.
I'm not going to get into this because I don't think I would. I cannot roll high.
I got a 23.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Kane starts talking and then Clay's like, actually.
So, for your recollection, sorry, of Shar, is that she's a unknown factor. The most known thing about Shar is that no one knows anything about her. To the point that even with small conversations that would have been made with Gurgle over time, which kind of assists in this as well, is he's the person who's the most familiar. In Stilmakar, where Gurgle is from, the whole point or idea behind the city and the dedication to Shar is that you don't actually know who's in charge. You don't know what they do. You don't know what circles they're a part of, how they influence. It's all supposed to happen, almost be like a subconscious thing to where you don't notice what's going on, and that's how they rule. So Shar is the most mysterious of all of the gods. All of the prevalent major gods, I should say.
We're close to Stilmakar, but we're both technically covered by a mountain between the two.
Yes, but you hold that up. We're going to leave it. Just that's what you got. You, with your studies, have found a little bit more information around Shar, in of that Shar is a nickname that you would have heard related to Shar is the god of deals. Shar is nothing if not a gambler, effectively. The followers of Shar actually love the idea of taking risks, risky gambles, high risk, high reward style of not only like day-to-day life, but even in the way that they rule. To the point of, like, if you had a war, for example, and they're like, this is a risky gambit. We are very likely to lose this, but if we win, we'll be put in a massively successful position for the war. That's the kind of moves that they would take. So, yeah, with what you got, I'd say that's what you guys got, is that mainly the god is unknown, and you have the little bit more information of knowing that she is a god of deals and chances.
Have I know this probably will not work. Have I seen Shar's symbol? Like, does she have a symbol?
It's assumed that she does, but there are many different symbols that people have assumed or who have called the
And that's
symbol
the
of
thing
Shar.
also with symbology. The symbol that would be associated to her in this time probably likely evolved and changed into
I'm
something
aware.
else that from our
That's why I
time. So
said-
our knowledge wouldn't.
I said it probably wouldn't work.
The answer to what you would like psychologically attach or mentally attach, to Shar would be an eclipsed moon. That is backed up by what you would associate as well. It is the most common symbol associated with her. However, a deck of cards is also one that you would note is associated with her. You said you got 22?
23.
23. So you know of a deck of cards, and then the last one that you've seen associated with her, close to the moon, it's a large circle, and then it has a smaller circle and then two large circles that seem to almost be falling behind
like a
it.
Mickey Mouse head.
Almost like a Mickey Mouse head inside of another circle. The only difference is one circle is here and one's to the right. So almost if you had Mickey Mouse's time turn
Come to the
slightly.
side like Mickey Mouse is inquisitive.
Can I make a perception check for these 3 symbols on Zarion? Like, does he have any of these 3 symbols on
Make
his
a perception
person?
check.
Not bad. 27.
27. As you kind of like do a quick glance about his person, you see more than you thought you would. You see an eclipse. You see these. You see what is a deck of cards. You see what is a dragon that has a shield in front of him. You see another one that seems to be a 5-headed snake. You see another one that seems to be a storm. These are all on the inside of the back of his coat. And as you start to almost like kind of like look around or start to gaze, he smiles, and the cloak almost like billows slightly higher, and all the symbols vanish, and you see them vanish as well. Prepare for any situation.
Of course. One last question, and I hope this is not too forward, but god or goddess?
Goddess. Beautiful, I might add as well. Be careful when you look upon her, should you attend. Just as a warning. She is, enchanting.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. What would that be worth, though? I'm still of the mind to keep it as similar as possible, so I'm going to pull out the alchemy jug that I enchanted.
Okay.
And since it is part of this time, I want to keep it part of this time. At least I try to. And I'm going to say, well, I do believe that is quite useful information, assuming the assumptions I made are correct. I'm not certain the value I would put on the information, not being a broker myself, but would you accept this?
He takes it, starts to inspect it a little bit. Takes a drink of it.
50-50.
He wins.
Ooh.
As he takes a drink, he kind of just stops for a moment. As he opens his eyes, something that you would notice and recognize, there's almost like a white gloss that over his eyes. This time, almost more of like a flash. Instead of the eyes glossing over like when you interact with the Cube of the Infinite, this seems to be like a temporary rendition of it. As that glaze over his eyes for a moment as he... Payment accepted. And he takes the jug, and again, unlike what most people do, just clips it onto his belt with a small little latch that he has towards the back, and just clips it to his back. Well, unless there was anything else that any of you needed, I believe that was all that I was hired for.
One other question, and if this isn't important enough, I don't believe that this is worth paying for, but just a question amongst friends. I met an elf earlier within this festival, a beast tamer. At least that's my guess as to his profession. He was the owner of, I don't remember the cat thing that, I don't remember the name. You said the name. What?
Displacer beast?
It was similar to a displacer beast, but it was more fiery in nature. I don't remember.
Oh, okay, yes, I know what you're talking about.
I say the name of that cat. Do you by chance know this elf? And
Do I remember the name of that cat? I know what you're talking about, but... I may. Why would you like to know this?
I spoke with him earlier. He said that he would meet me again, and I'd like to be more informed by our next meeting, as he seemed a little more knowledgeable than one should be, similar to yourself.
He again has almost like mischievous smile, and he says, This one, I believe, is not my place to reveal, but the one thing I will tell you, I guess something for you to look forward to. Elves live very long lives. Tally-ho! As he then walks into the festival. leaving you alone, not getting soaked in the rain, despite watching rain almost slightly like it'd almost be like you're looking at a window with the rain that's almost falling in front of your face.
His original character.
You got it.
All right. Well, Tiku, Clay, I believe that we have solved our issues and problems. I'm going to be heading back to the manor.
Well, some of them.
I'm actually a bit too sure I solved most.
It's our day off, right?
Correct. We do not have anything until tomorrow.
Food time, part 2.
I'm going to start making my way towards the manor.
So, quick reminder: you gave away all your gold, but 1 gold piece like 2 seconds ago.
I'm at the money and those money thingies.
Well, maybe we should try and win some more money.
How do we do that?
Well, there are games.
As you look over and you see there is effectively there's a section that has been almost cut off or ringed out, I should say, with multiple different holes, almost like when you hit the mole. Whack-a-mole. Almost like whack-a-mole. But you can see there are individuals that are effectively planted into the ground from different varying levels. In the back, only their head is showing. And then as you go closer to the front, there's more of their body showing. And then you can see there's a group about 100 feet away from that shooting arrows, trying to hit them. As an example of a game that you could play. Or you can get money another way.
Is there perhaps one of those strongman hammers? Things that tends up to hit the bell?
As you kind of like look around, you're just like, is there something to like use strength? And then you see one and you're just like, oh yeah, because the individual's got a large hammer. And as you kind of walk over looking for your standard festival game that you'd be familiar with, what you instead find is an individual who is again laid down. And as they hit, you watch as effectively this criminal, as they hit and they crack and cave the skull in, they're graded on how much of their head they can splat. Apologies, that was probably loud.
That's gruesome. Excuse me, sir. What happens to the bodies afterwards?
Oh, well, for the majority of them, for ours, we've partnered with our friends right over here. As he gestures over to what is 2 dragonborn at a stall, and you can see they have what is very clearly a human body. One of them has just taken like a larger knife and just right up the center of him and has flayed him and is starting to rip out his ribs. And he's like, "We partner with only the finest chefs in all of the valley here, so." We make sure not to waste anything. No worries at all.
I'm sure that's what everyone says about their stalls.
Tiku.
Yep.
I think I've got an idea. I'm walked away from this and just talking to Tiku. There is a carnival game over there where you smash a criminal's head in. Depending on how well you tenderize that meat, we can get the higher the price. And of course they donate that meat over to that stall. I point over to the stall where they're doing it, which I'm sure could also benefit from your help for a price.
You're supposed to kill them, but they're not attacking you.
Oh no, they're already bad people. They're people who have cheated. They're people who have possibly murdered.
As he's listing these off, and Tiku kind of like looks over, you can see, and you're not the best mouth reader, but as you see one of the criminals who's laying and effectively about to get hit for the sake of this game, you can see that the sound is still muffled out to where you can't hear the cries of the criminals, but it's still clear to you that he's screaming apologies as the hammer hits.
This kind of reminds me of what the dragon does to the gobots.
That one cheated on his math exam.
They probably didn't have dinner ready
But if we don't
time.
want to tenderize the meat, perhaps we could, for a price, tell them how to better season that meat over at that stall.
I think you can do that part.
Let's do that. Do you have some of your meat to sample for these guys?
Always. I got this new box.
Gray moral compass of D&D
All right.
characters. I won't participate in the killing. But if we're cooking,
They're already dead at that point.
All right, let's. I walk up.
Magic-
Artiki, are you coming with me?
Thurston
as we
must
go?
be part of the tribe. It's
As you guys walk up to the stall,
Tigu's carrying her box.
and you call out the Dragonborn. First off, Tigu, you have a almost instant respect for the skill this Dragonborn has, with how cleanly he is able to effectively cut through the torso, and him removing the ribs almost just looks like someone like picking the bones out of fish, with a clear level of expertise that for you is impressive. For you would be daunting, as this individual has very clearly picked humans clean many, many times.
Tigu said
As he quickly, effectively gets rid of all the non-edible parts. Or get rid of is actually not the right word. Is he rips the ribs out and starts to move everything. And as he rips these bones out, even to the point that as he after he flays the torso and he kind of comes down into the leg, he just kind of like braces it with his hand and just grabs the femur and just pulls it out of the leg. As he then he's handing these bones off to his partner, who is then cracking the bones open to take the marrow out of the bones and almost harvesting it into a small bowl. As these two are very, very adept at cooking humans. As you call out, the Dragonborn is actually the one who stops, as he kind of like halts as he had just grabbed the other femur on the second leg. Doesn't take his hands off it, but like kind of like turns backwards to look at you and goes, "How can I help ya?"
A good man.
pretty good.
I would like to introduce you to a very, very high-level chef. Right here. We want to help you be the best chef you can be. Better than you were yesterday. Better than you are today.
"Oh, I'm not the chef." As he pulls out the other femur.
Well then, would you like us to help the chef? Who cooks this fine
what do
meat
you
that you
think?
are harvesting?
As he turns to the other individual turns, and at a glance, this elf turns and looks towards you. The ears they're long, but they're curved at the top rather than pointed like you typically see with elf ears. One of their eyes seems to have it seems reversed. One eye has your effectively yellow eyes. The other one, the white. What is the white part of your eye called? I said
Sclera.
Sclera. The sclera is yellow, and then the middle of it is instead white. Is the eye very much so looks reversed? Is
Sclera, iris, pupil.
he smiles broadly, revealing what is large fangs, dripping currently with blood, as it seems that he has sampled some of the meat himself. He goes, "Oh, I'm the chef, and I'm sorry, I was slightly distracted." As he kind of like just wipes some blood off of his chin. What did you all need?
Well, as I was saying to your colleague over here, we have a very high-level chef that we want to use to help you elevate your craft to be better than it was yesterday, what it is today, so you can be the best chef you can be tomorrow.
I mean, I do enjoy new ways to cook things, but I have unique tastes. What do you typically cook for?
Well, perhaps my friend here has some samples.
Come to box. I was clapping and I set it down. I pull out some meat. I pull out fresher meat, considering who he is.
Okay, so as you pull out, what did you actually pull out? What kind
Elf.
of pull out elf? You pull it out. He almost like kind of like leans down towards it, almost like he's listening to it, like how some people do with like a watermelon. So he kind of like leans it and he leans down on it, close enough that the butchered elf, you clean your wares, but not like perfectly, but like to the point that as he like rubs his head on the side of it and gets up, there's still a little bit of like the liquid and blood that kind of like drips down from his neck as he kind of fine wares.
Yes.
Oh. And what were you looking for in exchange?
We would like 200 gold pieces in exchange.
As he reaches under the table, you see that his hands are almost like slightly shaking. As he kind of like reaches down at the table and he opens up a large bag of coins and kind of almost like starts to ruffle through it a little bit. He says, looks to the Dragonborn. Says, you know why I'm here. He says, and then he starts to very, almost obnoxiously slowly, pulls out a gold piece, puts it on the table, pulls out the second one with his hand shaking, kind of like falls back in the bag, as he would start to slowly count out 200 gold pieces that he puts on the table.
Goddamn.
Wonderful. Vika, would you like to show him how you prepared that meat?
You want the meat too, right?
Yes. as he takes this meat and almost leans down to it, and he has his fangs pierce into the meat, kind of like bringing it up, and then he stops, and then he puts it off to the side on a larger plate that he'd prepared.
And then I take out flesh splitter and grab the leg that has already been deboned and start butchering the meat.
Okay. And then for the sake of this, unless there's other conversation you would want to have, which with
I'm gonna keep 50 gold pieces as a commission and give 150 to Tiku for the work.
Okay. Add 150 gold that you will inevitably spend very, very quickly.
And then I spend the rest of the day, so
Yes.
I'm not even going to add it.
Tiku just tips people a lot of gold as you meet with what you are very quickly able to determine is two vampires, a vampire elf and a vampire dragonborn, that specialize in cooking a variety of races. As you continue to work with them, the different races that they're brought, they have a sublime skill, especially the Dragonborn, at deboning all different races, to the point that as you continue to work with him a little bit, he even like points out different races, like when he's going to remove a bone, almost giving you like little tips and tricks of, oh, with this one their bone structure is a little bit different, so it helps if you snap, and just again effectively teaching you how to debone
More
a
efficiently.
large amount of races that you've just never had the chance to cook with. What are you doing while Tiku continues to join in this and then kind of goes to the
I had a
festival?
picky dragon one time that I had to make a meal for, and he hated all the bones. And it was such a pain in the ass because we had to like debone everything that we ever made, and then cook the bones into the water to make the soup better. But he was so picky. He would have been so good at that.
I know.
I would like to actually stick around for two reasons. One, I just want to make sure Tiku stays safe.
Okay.
And then second, I'm going to help advertise for this vendor,
For the stall?
the stall, for more people to show up.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Tiku
I will
can
also say
make him
that
around.
as you're specifically looking out for Tiku, there's definitely a line that's written this entire day with these two vampires eyeing Tiku and being fascinated with both her expertise, and then eventually the Dragonborn vampire almost completely pivots upon learning her enthusiasm, almost starts to admire your approach to what he does. What's your persuasion check? Are you saying that I need therapy, Jasmine?
It's true.
I'm going to use, you know what? I'm going to use,
This is therapy.
I'm going to use my luck feat.
You have to do
It's
that before you roll.
crazy.
I thought I could do, is that inspiration that I could do it after the roll?
Correct.
Yeah, you can do inspiration after the roll, but
I had these bug people over here.
No,
Watch if you
I
add it
used
to it.
inspiration today.
I know you did. Yes. Okay, so that
that's a
was
total 19.
total 19.
He's probably got real bodies in his closet at home, honestly.
He's got a body pillow now, man. Like, insane.
You're able to bring a total of an extra 80 gold into the stall over the course of the day, which they will split with you 50-50. So you'll get 40 more. Okay, and then Tiku is spending the festival. You're going back to the manor. In the forge, are you doing anything? Are you working on anything new, or are you continuing on your existing projects?
I have a whole scene.
Hold that thought. We're going to hold that thought. And then... So now, Zephyr, As you fly up to what is a more secluded peak, there's nothing that's like truly private here, but to where the nearest dragon's a good like 300 feet away, perched on a cliff. You'd be a good like 400 feet up.
I'm just fairly aware that probably praying to a god in the middle of this is blasphemy, and I'll probably be struck down by the nearest dragon.
Well, I mean, you're also like, is he still not being struck by the rain because of the?
You are not. He's not being struck by the rain.
I don't like this.
It would be. Actually, what's your passive religion?
20 at minimum.
I have a plus 11, so 21.
Not only do you not like this, it feels wrong. Not just from like I'm used to the rain and everything. Like, it seems almost like clearly divine, and almost like you would almost treat it like a poison. You almost feel as if you've been walking through like a gaseous cloud as you've flown up to this cliff face.
Okay.
With that, you find a secluded area where no one seems to be taking notice of you. It's a couple of the dragons saw you go there, but not overly interested in human matters. They don't seem to be paying any attention to you.
All right, and I'll just sit there and pray. I'll actually just say this, and I'm taking a guess that Riveron might be around at this time. I do not know. Just taking a whack at it. Just go. O Riveron, bringer of storms, keeper of the sky, let your lightning guide my steps upon this path. Grant me courage like the thunder rolling across the heavens, and clarity like the flash that splits the dark. Let your wind sweep away all fear within mine, and your rain cleanse the doubts that cloud my mind. May your storm guard those who I vow to protect, and may I ever walk in the echo of your light. I honor your power, Riveron, and I seek your guidance in each breath and step.
Make a religion check.
Yeah.
I don't know if that thunder was a time, but that was awesome.
You responded.
You at least felt it, or like.
As a 27.
Okay, damn.
Wait. I can guidance myself during this, right? I'm pretty sure I can. I'm literally praying.
That's literally what guidance is.
Yeah, that's a yes.
As a 30.
Made it.
Okay, so as you finish your prayer, the rain almost seems to grow louder. Not for the group as a whole, but for you, it's almost as if you can hear the rain, you can hear the thunder, slightly deeper. And then almost there's a moment's pause before refreshment, as your hair starts to soak, kind of falls to your face. The familiar, almost stuck feeling, as the rain actually starts to interact with you. And in this moment, as you kind of like stop and you feel something incredibly wrong. As you finish, you almost like interrupting your prayer, you open your eyes and you look around, and there's almost a slight green haze in the air. It's everywhere as far as you can see. Kind of like look around, you look down into the festival, and that green haze seems to get deeper the deeper you go into the cavern. You're a little bit up, but it's almost as if you're above a cloud of some kind. And there are way too many silhouettes in that green haze below. In fact, it almost looks like for every one silhouette that you would think should be there, that you can see, there's another. You can't make out the details of the second quite, but there's something clearly wrong, and there's something else here that's causing this rain to act the way that it is. As you're kind of almost trying to piece together what this is, you hear a familiar yet different, more powerful voice. Who are you? As you kind of blink, that haze is suddenly gone in front of you, and all you can see is a silhouette of lightning. Almost nearly indistinguishable. The only reason you can see it is because of the way the rain is falling, and almost the static that blends through the air. A mix of water and lightning in front of you.
Zephyr Sledgery!
Literally.
Oh God! For the first time in forever.
To be fair, Talos is
Chill.
bad.
Chill.
I
I mean, this was way back when.
am a close friend of yours, even though you won't know me.
As he kind of like moves towards you, he very much so seems to almost like hover and float through the air. The rain very clearly interacting with him, unlike all the individuals around. So he moves closer to you. He reaches out his hand and places it on the side of your spell book. He says, "What? I do know you. Not yet, but I will." At this point, he kind of like moving with you still on your knees from your prayer.
Mm-hmm.
He places his hand on your head and almost like moves the hair from the right side of your face out of in front of you, and he goes, "You haven't. You are blessed and cursed."
That I am.
He places his hand on the side of your face, almost kind of like covering one of your eyes. And there's like a jolt, very much like a static shock to an extreme degree that shoots down the left side of your body as you kind of, and this left side of your body paralyzes for a moment before stopping. And you hear, "Wait, it burned down? And you're not the one I follow." He takes his hand off your face. He says, "I hope this can help, but I see there is the taint, the stain of another."
There is someone I must work with. I'm sure you can ascertain why I can't explain further. But this power, as I kind of like let the red lightning kind of build up.
As you build that red lightning, the part of his body that's nearest to it seems to almost disintegrate. Like the powers can't properly mingle.
And then I'll bring it back in. That's a power I must use, or I have no hope.
As he looks down, despite the silhouette nature of him, and being made from the lightning and the water of this storm, it's still very clear that tears seem to be streaming down his face. He says, "Your burden is heavy, and the price will be great. I only hope I can support you in the ways that you need."
You have. I just wanted to say hello to a friend.
I look forward to getting to know you better. And I wish you solace for what is to come. As at that point, he would fade.
Okay.
Solace for what is to come.
The green haze is gone. Although the rain does still fall upon you.
Yeah, and I'll just stay there and enjoy the storm.
Okay. Gurgle into Forge. You go out and you see a familiar dwarf currently working away. Seems to be working. He seems to be working on a pair of bracers currently. What do you wish to do?
There wouldn't happen to be related to a family of blacksmiths that are all giant folk, would you?
He looks to you and with a very kind smile, he says, I've known many giants in my time. Why do you ask? Also worth noting, this is the first time that you've talked to him where he has stopped. He actually stops. He still has his hammer in his hand, but rather than continuing to work while he talks, he is effectively almost froze.
I was just curious. They're just very talented. Like another blacksmith I know.
I accept the compliment. I have dedicated my whole life, my whole existence to this craft. It is what makes life worth living. In fact, I would argue it is why I live. Why ask about giants, though? Do I give off... he sets his hammer down and starts to look at his hands. Do I give off giant-like features? As far as I know, I am dwarf in origin.
Could be half related. Or... I don't know. I was just curious. Just a thought.
He picks his hammer back up. He starts to clang again. He says, as far as I know, I'm not directly related to any dwarves.
I just know a guy named Rudars.
He again would stop. And how do you know little Rudy?
It was just a friend, acquaintance, a mentor, maybe a mix.
A mentor. Rudy is young. He's an apprentice, still learning.
Yeah.
We find inspiration in curious places.
He's got a lot of potential.
Oh, you have no idea the potential that young boy has. I feel he'll be able to craft something greater than anything I could imagine. I look forward to seeing it.
Since you're here, I'm gonna have to ask you to not ask me questions about what you're gonna see that I do over the next little while.
I have good news. I can focus very well. As he starts to hammer and work on his...
I always expected to be like, good news, I don't care what you're doing.
Good news, I didn't care in the first place.
No, he's more kind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the actual hammer that we got from Rudars for this next section.
Okay.
And then I'm going to still be working on the belt, but I've crafted what he's going to be doing. So, first off, he starts to do, he does the runes. I don't even remember what the rolls were. He's going to do the runes first. So, whatever that check will end up being.
Okay.
And then he's going to start performing. And I'm going to be doing this for a long time. So this is going to be a long rune weaving chant. This is why I asked the question last session how you wanted to do long rune weaving chants. Because it's going to be like...
1 per hour.
It is. So the way that I kind of landed on this is you're going to do your initial check for the spell. So you're going to have like Arcana, Performance, whatever that's going to be. And then effectively the continued is going to be a concentration check to maintain it over the hours. And the concentration gets harder and harder every hour that you keep on it. Also, do you want to wait for somebody to help you with the arcanic side of things, or is he trying to attempt this by himself?
I mean, it would be nice if he did the runes. So, I mean, if we can wait on that part, I can do the other part. Or I can just wait until he gets back, since his conversation probably wasn't that long.
It wouldn't have been that long.
Actually, also, I mean, I could just see if the door opens, because I wanted to see if dude took the deal that I offered last time.
Do you want?
Yeah, go up to the door. We can go up and knock on the door first before he does whatever he wants to do with the door. I go and knock on the door first. But did you accept my deal?
As you would walk up to the door, another variation of it would appear. There is... Sorry, click to it. I want to make sure I have this right. So you would walk up to the door, and you would see this too. So in between your musings, I would say that you would meet up, or you'd see that Gurgle's walking towards the door, and you both would walk back towards it. And you would see... You would see 4 separate handles. There's a purple handle, a yellow handle, a white handle, and a blue handle. And then in the middle, there is a green spot. Or a green, like, smudge of paint almost.
I didn't pay attention to what you guys were doing with this, but I wanted up on the 3rd floor, so I tried to make a deal with that guy in the house. So I want to see if he's going to accept it.
My idea is that the color of handles are different headmasters of the house. And if they don't want you in, they won't let you.
Oh, well, perfect. Then my deal will work great. I'm not going to do it. Oh, you want to accept my deal? It's going to be really cool, I promise. You're going to want to see what I do.
Wait for a response. You do not get anything after a minute or 2.
Alright, well, you can do your deal. I don't know what you wanted.
Would you say I've finished my painting?
What were you even painting it on?
I would have asked the butler for the stuff to just have a painting.
Okay. I don't know why he didn't just say this. But for you, Jasmine, Razu has spent the last little bit painting a multi-layered picture of the Cubix sword.
And after I would say I'm probably ish done with that. Maybe.
So, like the inn, you're painting the inn of the Cubix sword.
Yes. Okay. He's trying to paint a picture of it. Painter's tools. Artisan check.
Also, I could switch my scythe into the tools that I needed.
What did the Cubix sword look like?
So you had the front room, you had the watchers, is what you called them, lining it. Then you had the bar with the picture of the Cubix Ascenders on it. The dude was at the bar. You had 2 stairs coming around into a hallway with a bunch of pictures.
Okay, so you're painting the inside of the Cubix sword.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the answer is, the idea is it's a multi-layered picture, because I'm assuming the corridor guy would know. So I'm effectively painting the inside and then painting over it the actual outside of the building in this interval location. That's how I would remember it.
Okay. What this is based on. Are you proficient with artisan's tools?
No.
It's a dex check.
Sleight of hand, specifically, I feel like.
Nope.
Well,
It's
because
an
it has the
artisan check.
tools.
That's just.
Yeah.
Well, because remember, 2024 always matches it to a skill check and the artisan check.
So confusing though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be sleight of hand if you're using the skill check.
24. It is. It is a sleight of hand check.
That will be a total of a 14.
14. Okay. Razu has very quickly learned. Painting is very difficult. Scenery painting, even more difficult. Multi-layered paintings, even more difficult. That is to say, you do a fairly good attempt at it. Razu is fairly good with his hands, you could say, and you're able to make a decent painting. Effectively, you end up blending a lot of it together to where it's much more. You ended up with the outside of the Cubix sword, almost painting over the inside, and it would cause the middle of it to look almost blurred or smudged. Not your finest work, not the thing you're most happy with, but also your first attempt at painting. So
I would put the painting on the door, not hang it up, just like set it there. And then I would put my head on the painting, pinning it against the wall.
okay, so as you would effectively, because he would have finished that painting during that first little part, Kurgle, you would see Razu puts a painting, kind of like just like leans against it.
The paint's still wet.
Attached to his face. After a few minutes, Batal would actually approach you and he says, unfortunately, that is, if you wish to gain an audience with one of the masters, he gestures to the four separate doorknobs. He says, you simply must request who you'd wish to meet with, and then they determine whether or not you are welcome.
Which color is the corridor?
That is part of their task. You must know the answer.
All right. Name the 4 colors of the knobs again.
You got... It's white, blue.
I'm pretty sure you said purple.
It's white, blue, purple. There's a green dot in the middle, and then yellow.
No, the order doesn't matter.
Very jolly individual.
Spoiler alert, the order actually doesn't matter.
Very jolly individual. Gonna go with yellow. We're just going to try the door and just have the painting on my side. I'm holding the painting.
You reach down to the yellow doorknob and you grab it. You actually find purchase on it. Unlike when on Kane's previous attempts said they... Oh, no, you found purchase. You weren't able to open the door. So you find purchase, and you kind of like pull, and it seems to be locked in. There's a moment of like almost frustration before the door opens. Not by your hand, though, as the door is pushed open. As Orlavel steps out. He's got just so he's got a monocle on one side of the chain that goes around his ear. He's wearing a tunic that is kind of that is opened in the front, coming down to his chest, and his dreadlocks have been tied into a band to where it almost looks like a ponytail of dreadlocks.
You meant to say Orlavel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he's also wearing the same
He's got
monocle tunic setup that the half giant was wearing.
He's got a monocle on. As he comes out with a familiar book in hand, he kind of like turns to you and he says, I can't say I expected you to summon me.
Does that mean you're yellow?
What gave it away?
Well, I'm just wondering if you was visiting someone else.
He shuts the book and seems to put it into a pocket behind him.
Which book? You said familiar.
It's what you gave him. Wait, no, it's not.
I didn't give him.
You gave him an item. Apologies.
I gave him the Beasts of Dragonstone.
You talked about giving him. His grandfather's book.
Yes.
Apologies. It would not have been a book. He is still wearing the monocle. That would have been the scales, though, because he was researching them. I mixed up my notes. Fix this. Okay.
Oh.
So, as he would put the scales
on
back.
The painting, just to finish it off.
No, we did
I'm
give
gonna
him a
try
copy
to
of.
perfectly
We did
copy.
give him a copy of the book.
Copy of which book?
My grandpa's book.
Yeah,
We gave
I
Oren,
thought you did.
the book for sure.
How did we get a copy of it?
I mean, I think I gave him the actual book, and then he promised to return it to me before we left.
Yeah, that is also what I remember and what's in my notes.
I don't remember that, but
Can you confirm, Jasmine? I'm pretty sure it's a
wisdom.
I'm the one that gave it to him. I'm very confident I remember.
Also, because I just don't think this would be that hard.
It's literally in my note. No, okay, see, it's the book. It's the book. I'm committed to it. It's in my notes, and Paul's remembering the same thing. It's his grandfather's book. It's specifically the god-killing spell.
I know I
that you
suggested
found.
using that to give to Vorthalax, like a copy of that to Vorthalax, but that's all I suggested.
But he gave it to him
But I
because he
gave it
wanted to
him
know
because
more
he-
about it.
And because he said he would research it, and then in the future he would give us information on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we wanted him to research the god killing spell.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Yeah.
just and that's 100%. And then there was an emphasis on the future.
Yep.
Like he would spend, one might say, thousands of years researching this. That's 100% what it was. Okay, so he has the book.
He was gonna do a copy of it and then give it back to me.
Yes. Okay, so it is that book. Back on track.
I would have done this prior to walking up. I would have just copied the signature that I put on the plate mail that I gave to the keeper of the Cubix sword, and put it on the back of the picture.
Okay. as he shuts the book and he puts it into effectively his pocket, much like the pocket that Serval has, he would step out and shut the door. And as the door shuts,
Not entirely what I was expecting, but I was planning to talk to you at some point anyway. I have a question for you. Two, actually. Are the 7 of you together because you want to be, or because it had or needed to be so in some way?
yes.
So you happen to be together, but you get along.
Getting along with individuals is a choice. By the way, I would say you were like at the end of the room if you wanted to come back and speak a little
This
bit
is why when you ask questions, Roger, you ask one at a time. It's really confusing when they answer 2 questions at once. Very, very... And also, if he's trying to withhold information, it's also a terrible way to get information from people, because then they can answer the one question, but you don't know which one they answered.
Well, if he was trying to withhold it from me, he wouldn't have answered the question.
I'm just saying, it's not a great way to question people. That's all. Did he like my offer? It still stands. You're the one that gets to benefit the most.
It's being considered. It has not yet been decided on.
Well, I'm going to be working today, so I need a decision today.
How would it impact your work? I could potentially push for urgency.
I just kind of wanted to see what was up there mostly. I'm just curious. I mean, I'm really not going to do a whole lot with it because I plan on be working the whole day.
I'll see if I can't put some urgency on the decision, but as of yet, he has not made one. So if it is impactful, I assume no, unfortunately.
It involves this hammer. I pull out the hammer.
He kind of like looks back to where the door was. And I'm sure he'll consider that.
It's a core hammer.
Looks back to you, Rosa. Says, is there anything else you needed? I was studying for too long. I must get to the day's activities. I must prepare for the finale. You
When?
could say.
I guess I'll reword that question real fast. Were you friends first?
You speaking before we worked together?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think any of us remembers anymore.
Interesting. Second question. If you don't mind. How did the
I
king...
believe this would be the 4th.
Yes? How did the king gain your approval?
It did not come cheap, and it never will. For example, by telling people how to get it.
If you were talking to a genie, you would have already been sucked into a lamp by now, Roger. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you know where you are, right? At this point, he would just start. He would start to walk to exit the manor unless you stopped him.
I'm gonna say you can watch under the condition that or under the assumption that he's going to accept. Because I'm gonna go work anyway. But I plan on getting a tour of the 3rd floor.
He's Orlevel stops.
Also, only the people in this house get to watch this because I think it would be very, very confusing for anybody else. And also could potentially cause problems for both you and me. So let's just at least agree to keep it to the stuff that goes on in the... It doesn't go out of the house.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Are you rolling twice?
Did I still have advantage? Because I bathed in it yesterday?
No, you didn't.
The wisdom pool was out yesterday. He killed it.
Well, doesn't matter. It was 11 both times. Which would be 13.
13 total, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of finish up, and Orlevel stops on the threshold. And he looks back and says, "Word of advice for you as well, Gregor. Choose your words carefully. There are many members of this house."
I said it would be confusing. I didn't specifically say why.
Again, because I wish to work with you, and I believe that we will have a long and fruitful relationship. Of the places that you must be careful about what you say, this is one of the most prevalent. To give you an example, only those of this house may watch. You gave permission for all of us to watch. If that was your intent, I apologize for misinterpreting. But if your intent was only for one, be more careful.
I would immediately say.
Should I be scared of everybody in the house watching?
Of course not.
Well then, I meant what I said.
Oliver would leave.
I mean, I would have immediately stopped right after that.
So is everyone welcome in the study, or is that not an everyone thing?
You've gained approval for the study.
Cool.
I've never been there. I've never met the guy.
Literally did, though.
Yeah, but the idea was I was just double checking if it was for everyone.
That's literally where we did the book.
Oh, that study. I thought he was referencing the library. My bad.
Okay. Oliver has left. You're going to go back to the forge?
Yeah, that was just to stall a little bit so that he would come back first.
Okay, so you're going back to the forge. So the last thing I need is what you're doing for the day.
So, two things I would try to remember when I saw the corridors. What color are his eyes, and what color would I say his genuine getup is?
Make a history check.
19.
19. His eyes were purple. Or blue. Wait, were they yellow?
Definitely not yellow.
This is not you remembering, by the way. This is images coming to your head. And his eye color seems to be changed every time you think about him. His outfit changes too.
What can I specifically recall when I saw him in the Cubix sword?
When you're talking when you're in Zinderholt.
Yes, half giant towel over his shoulders.
Half giant towel over his shoulders. Had two straps down, Orlavales. Overalls. He's got just the two straps from the overalls. I did it again. A towel over his shoulders, and was wearing fairly baggy pants.
What color were they?
You have no idea. You've been knowing a lot of colors recently.
Copium. What color is the Cubix sword?
You need to take the keen mind feed, my guy.
The Cubix sword was like almost a black going on silver, almost like mercury, to the point that the wall even seemed almost be mercury-like, much like how I've described a lot of my portals.
What color was the door to go into the hallway of pictures?
You do not remember. While Razu is thinking through colors, trying to fish, you go back to your forge. What are you doing in your forge?
I feel like these wouldn't be that
Well, I think this next part would make more sense to do after he inscribes the runes.
Is hammer
And also, I
in
think
it?
the runes would be the shortest part.
All right.
So you would get back, and Gurgle at the forge is like, "Come." As you've been called to the forge upon returning to the manor.
I need you to write all of the runes in a story format on this belt about all the things that make up a fire giant's strength, constitution, and power. You can just do a roll for it. I don't expect you to come up with anything on the spot.
Okay, first of all, rude. I'm not the most familiar with fire giants myself. I could do a draconic power. Tie it into dragons.
I mean, I guess it was originally created from a wyvern, so the natural upgrade from a wyvern would be a dragon.
If that is alright.
Fire, constitution, strength, those are all good things that a dragon has. Okay.
And things.
I'm on board. I like it.
If you're alright with that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Wien was of red scaled, correct?
Well, it doesn't have to be about Rian. I'm using different dragon parts to augment it this time around, so... stuff that they gave me in the forge.
Keeping to the base material is usually best, I have found.
I don't think they have ruin scales here. It's a very unique scenario.
Is the base material not made up of wheat, as you said?
Is it made of ruin? I think it was. Maybe.
I'm asking you.
You talking about your belt? The leather in your belt was made from Wyrn's hide.
That tracks in my brain too. So
I thought it was just
apparently
a
it
wyvern,
was.
but yeah.
no, I'm pretty sure it was weird.
No, it was specifically Wyrn. His whip and his belt were
Well,
made
no,
from
because
Wyrn.
alchemist leader dude literally yoinked Wyrn before anyone could do anything with him,
maybe
and
that's
then he
true.
just got a random wyvern
Maybe that's
for
true.
his stuff.
So
It's
because this is not on stream,
it's part weird.
no,
right?
it's
offspring.
it is Wyrn. So as a quick reminder, just for you guys.
This has
Then-
been very weird.
So after he had commissioned it, Gurgle found himself teleported into the temple, met with a very, we'll say, suspicious priest who was hyper interested in Wyrn and had materials that he thought he'd be interested in. The head priest of the temple somehow got Wyrn's body from that whole encounter. You guys never actually saw where it went. When he was teleported
Not the
to
whole
the
thing,
temple,
because a lot of it was
Kind of
definitely-
kaboomed it.
Yeah, a lot of it was in the alchemy lab.
a lot of it, but you did just destroy a lot of it in the lab where Razu had found. What is the? I suddenly forget his name. He died.
Alchemist.
Whatever the case is, when he was teleported to the temple and he met with the high priest had body parts of
Torel.
Wyrn. That's also how he made his whip. It was Torel.
Okay.
So that is to say,
I thought it
both
was
his
Wyrn
whip
wyvern.
and his hide are made from from Wyrn's leather.
Again,
Wyrn was
I don't
a
think we have any
super
parts
altered
for that wyvern
wyvern.
specific. That was a very unique scenario. I think I got to use dragon parts here.
That is fine. But again, rune weaving is unique in the fact that I believe the base is the most important part. I will try my best. And if you believe it to be better in a different way, we'll figure that out as we go.
Yeah, I gotta work with the parts I have, and I don't think I'm gonna get any more ruin parts. I don't think Roger's gonna make no more ruins. I don't even know if he knows how.
Alright, and so just to confirm, you're just looking for the strength and the constitution of, aka like a dragon, something powerful. You're not looking for like anything else?
Yeah, I mean, this basically I'm just augmenting it with power, and in Gurgle's mind, fire, strength, and constitution of a large creature is what he's trying to imbue into it.
Do you mind if I try something?
I mean, what do you want to try?
I want to try and add a growth cycle to it. Basically, a dragon that grows from hatchling to ancient.
Like, it makes me bigger when I put it on?
No.
Or it casts enlarge on me without concentration?
So,
Because that would be convenient.
He wants to make Brodor's axe,
Like,
where it can get stronger.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
something
like
along those
something-
lines.
like
Basically
where
like
it
a
can
growth
grow.
aspect.
Oh, I was misunderstanding what you were saying. I'm cool with that too. I do want to work on this a long time. It is a very unique belt. It's like one of a kind, you know, because it's made out of a lava-breathing wyvern. How often you get to work with material like that, right?
Correct. All right. In that case, I want to add runes of. What color is my brother? He was silver, right?
Which one?
The silver one.
There is a silver one.
Value.
Vayu is silver.
I think it should still work. I want to basically give Vayu's growth rune weaving form. Basically like a finding a master, this master in this case being Gurgle, and basically doing everything in your power to assist that master to become as strong as possible for that master, to be as good as you can be to assist your master in every way possible, and basically giving this a growth aspect to assist Gurgle. and
Or
including
whoever
the,
was attuned to it, apparently.
the strength of a dragon. I mean, I was personally going with, like, specifically you, as this is your belt.
Oh, okay.
Unless you don't think that's a good idea.
I like it. It's just I'm gonna die eventually.
And the belt will not work as well for its next owner. That's totally fine with me.
I don't know what you guys are doing. You gotta chill.
But yeah, basically using Vayu as a muse, I think is the word.
Okay, make an Arcana check. While he's doing that, what are you
Am
doing?
I able to guidance
It's
this
already
or
gone.
no? I don't
No,
remember.
it's already got a. So I'm letting him cast the spell first, so that I can start like imbuing it, and that's gonna be my portion of this. After he gets it going, I'm gonna sit there and like imbue it.
20.
That's gonna be my whole thing.
20. Now what are you doing?
So now he's gonna go into the crafting aspect, where he's gonna add portions of whatever cool materials that he thinks would be augmenting the belt that would make it better or more sturdy. So it'd be like different dragon parts mostly, I assume, high grade dragon parts. Or if I can, no, they wouldn't let me. Never mind. I was gonna say titanium, but I don't think that.
If you used up one of our rewards, you could get titanium.
I don't think I would do that. Not without asking everybody. But he is going to add high grade parts that they allow me to use, whatever the highest that they'll allow me to use for this. And then he's just going to start performing. So it's going to be like a smithing performance where he's doing a song, dance, smith on it.
Okay.
I need a forge background here for this. I need like fire in the background or an anvil. It doesn't have to be a song.
I could probably figure that out.
Iron, oil, temper, and toil. The forge ain't hard if the blood don't boil.
There you go.
I just
You got
need a basic ass forge. Alright.
There's your forge.
And then Gurgle's just gonna start going into a performance dance, and he's just gonna start crafting on the belt for like the whole time, and he's just gonna go the whole day on this. So this is gonna be like until we go to bed, so like 10 hours.
Beneath the mountain's ancient crust, where molten rivers never rust, I wield that hammer, strike with grace. In 1,000 breaths I find my place. Clank the rhythm of their flames, crank each strike a hero's name. Runes of strength on steel align, clank the forge eternal sign. From deep within the earth's own core, I draw my fire, the ancient lore. With every blow the metal sings of battles won and mighty kings. So clank the rhythm of the flame, clank it, strike a hero's name. Runes of strength on steel align, clank the forge eternal sign. In glowing glyphs the secrets lie of gods and giants from ancient sky. I carved their power into steel, a legacy that won't soon kill. So when you wield this crafted might, remember fire's burning bright. Power the flame primordial has vested, the blacksmith's soul finally tested.
And then he'll just keep mantraing for the whole performance.
Okay, make a blacksmithing check. Which check is the smithing?
It's athletics.
Athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah,
So just
yeah.
make an athletic checks.
Does Rudar's hammer give him a plus at all?
Using Rudan, yes, for this part it would. But
It's double proficiency, if I'm not mistaken.
Double proficiency if you're proficient.
If you're proficient
Both
in
the hand
smithing
with the
tools
tool
and
and
athletics, it's expertise.
22.
You got 22. I'll still have you roll a performance check. Roll a performance check with advantage.
Oh, actually, never mind. I can't roll that low. Never mind. It is 27. I forgot that that's not how my class works.
Make a performance check. You have advantage on it.
Was I making an Arcana check or a rune moving check?
Rune moving.
That would actually be an 11. My apologies.
Performance is 28.
28. Okay, and then you said you're doing this for 10 hours. Are you staying for the whole 10 hours as well?
Yeah. I'll see if I can assist him at all.
Okay, so the way that this works
10 rolls?
is it's going to be 10 rolls. So it starts at 10. Every successful concentration, it goes up by 1.
Can I assist him at all with this or no?
You have to make your own.
Oh. I will transform into a Dargan. That's not good.
All the way up to 20. Seven,
6.
8,
Barely pass.
9, 10. Oh, actually, I didn't need to roll the last one. I passed
So
all
the
of
final
them.
check would be at 20.
Yeah, I rolled a
So it goes
17.
10 all the way up to 20.
I rolled a 17 and I got plus 7.
I got an 18 on the final check, so I barely did not pass the final one.
So you failed on the final check. So 19 successful checks from both of you, or not? Sorry, not 10. 9 successful checks on both of you, and then you specifically failed the 10th. The base Arcana roll was.
I wish I had advantage. I don't know how you're getting advantage, but.
Constitution?
Yeah.
That's what I have on.
Oh, I thought you did
It's part of
dexterity.
my character. No. My character has it.
Advantage on con saves? How'd you get
Okay.
that?
As you
My
guys
items. I've already shown you the item. Great.
spending the day in the forge, something that I would say that is noticed, and both from an admiration standpoint and almost like a realization standpoint. For you, Kane,
Actually, real quick, I do have an inspiration. Is how important is it to pass the final save?
I'm going to tell you right now that if you want to use an inspiration, use it on the Arcana check.
I will do that. What the? I hate everything. Same number.
Really
I'll have you reroll it one more time. So this is my inspiration.
What the? I hate everything.
It's doomed. It's destined to
I
be
hate
11.
everything.
Guys
I think he rolled a 2, a 4, and a 3. Just for anybody that was curious.
How dare you try to deny
By the way,
your
I
god?
rolled, the lowest thing I rolled on my Constitution save was a 13.
Oh! I hate everything.
Oh goodness.
I can't even give you my inspiration. I'm not cool like that.
When the universe just says no.
Well, you tried. Over the course of these hours,
Can I assist him with it?
over the course of these hours, you realize, for you specifically, Kane, as you're working on this and continuing, effectively, you've created the initial runes that Gurgle was imbuing, and then you were constantly effectively reinforcing the runes as he imbued magic into them to make so that they could continue to hold the power. And you realize, as you're continuing to work through this, and you realize how much effectively, how clear the picture that Gurgle had in mind is. The fact that your runes are not holding up to the level of magic that Gurgle is able to actually being pulled.
By the way, there's one last thing I wanted to mention about this whole situation. I do invoke the primordial power during this whole thing. So the first 2 tiers I pass automatically, and I'll roll for the last one. It's a 20. Okay, he doesn't pass the last one. But he does go 2 tiers. He does not pass the last one, but he is in 2nd tier.
Okay.
Second tier primordial.
Since you described it that way, that actually does give me an idea. I want to use, since you said using a spell slot's actually better, I do want to use my 7th level spell slot for Draconic Transformation, since I'm doing it based upon Draconic, or Dragon. And since you are saying that I'm apparently imbuing magic, I want to try and utilize my boon to, this is dangerous, but I have to figure this out. Not using my 7th level spell slot, but try and give it a piece of me. Like a small bit of my magic. I know it's dangerous, and I know I already failed, but I would do this before knowing I failed, which sucks. But I just need to know.
Make a new Arcana check.
I mean, it would just be an Arcana check, not.
Yeah, so like make an Arcana check for this.
25.
You have permanently lost your best
I
3
am
level spell
expecting
slots.
to lose something permanently, Nate. And again, it sucks that I would do this before rolling
Okay,
the rune.
you said you got.
I'm also going to use my inspiration, and I did pass the final check.
What you get with the inspiration die? You also have to say you're doing that and then roll.
I'm re-rolling my god boost to get into third tier primordial.
Okay.
So I'm in third tier primordial while I do it.
And then you said you used a 7th level spell?
Yes, 7th level spell slot, Draconic Transformation, as that's just makes sense for what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to imbue my 7th level spell slot and basically lose my 7th level spell slot. I'm just trying to imbue a part of myself, as I want to see if it's possible. That's the problem with your boom.
By the way,
it's so dangerous.
I don't know if this matters to you, but this is the first time I've gone tier 3 since the rework.
25?
Yeah.
Roll 66.
Oh shit. Do you just want the total?
Yes, just the total.
Would I have done better on the Arcana myself? No, I would not.
22.
Even with you rolling a 4.
I rolled really high, which I was hoping not to.
You wanted low.
Even if you roll,
I think I got 2 6s.
You said you were imbuing. Remind me again what you were doing with it.
So
exact words.
I just wanted to not trying to like imbue any specific part of myself. Basically, I just wanted to imbue just a little bit of draconic pride, I guess is the way to say that. Maybe it will take from myself. It is what it is. But I just want to see if it's possible to imbue just part of myself. And my thought process here is if I can imbue part of myself, I can also take parts of items.
So, you did succeed on the check, though, which means that effectively you're going to take half.
So 11 maximum health lost?
Yes.
Yep.
11 maximum health is imbued into the belt. However, that does substantially alter it, because initially the belt was actually not going to be able to withhold the spell that Gurgle was casting.
but also, just for the record, too, if I fail any of the checks, I can use tactical.
No. You did not. I get.
I know. It wouldn't work on this because it's probably a tiered structure. And
It's a tiered structure, and I won't lie, your check was actually quite low after your song. So, okay, over the course of the 10 hours, you would notice at first the vision that Gurgle has. You effectively quickly notice that the runes that you are creating are not going to stand up to the spell that Gurgle is actually working to craft into this belt, to the point that it's likely that even though he would try, he effectively would overload it and even have a chance of breaking the belt due to the potency of the magic that Gurgle actually was able to call upon. With that said, in a risky gambit, electing to utilize this newfound power that you've recently gained access to, you compensate for the weakness in the belt by quite literally giving it some of your own vitality and some of your own strength.
Oh, I thought for a second he was gonna suck some of the magic out while I was crafting, because he's like, oh, it's too much. It's too much. He starts sucking it out.
For what it's worth, if he failed, that's what he was gonna do. He was gonna take it rather than imbuing it. But with that, over the course of the hours,
flames.
your notice is that his understanding and basically commitment to this goal that he had put in mind seemed to have a substantial impact on the rune weave. Your notice is that it is very clear that Kane, utilizing a power that you're actually not familiar with, he's talked a little bit about a new power, but it's clear that he seems to siphon some of his own life into the or into the belt to make so that it can actually withhold the magic that you guys are crafting into it.
That's insane.
Lastly, something that you would have noticed, as this is the first time that he would have done it, Gurgle effectively would have, so that plasma on the outside of his body at one point during this craft would have almost effectively turned to a lava, to where he almost no longer even needed the forge. As you guys were crafting on the belt, it got to the point where at times he'd almost be able to use that plasma like lava to melt the belt just almost by hand, but also seemed to have some kind of control over it, as he seemed to be able to use it to both heat up and melt, as well as to almost take away the heat, almost like he could steal it. Lastly, he would literally almost look like
He's on fire.
He would be fire. Yeah, so he would turn into a. It would look like
More
he's
like a lava elemental,
So
is
it'd
how
be
we
like a
describe it.
lava elemental that has fire burning off of it. So like it almost looks like his skin would turn to a lava, and then he's still got the fire burning off like a fire elemental would. To the point that over the course of the day, you'd be very, very low on HP going into your rest. We're not going to worry about it. Should we go on a long rest? But like, it not only was draining and you giving your life force off, but it was like literally like almost. If you weren't resistant to fire, you couldn't have done it. It would have killed you to stay in the forge with Gurgle the entire time. The dwarf seemed completely unperturbed. Didn't focus on you guys at all. Didn't seem to mind the heat. Just continued
I
working.
mean, he
on
was
his
part of the
doing.
mansion, so technically he would have fallen under the permission of watch.
No, it was the note there is the heat and
Didn't bother him.
the focus. He not only did not seem to pay attention, but the heat did not seem to bother him either.
The amount of times I had to wild shape, just to inform you, was about 500 HP-ish total. So would that still have brought me super low?
10 damage per 10 damage per 6 seconds technically, half to 5. So yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Technically, it should kill you, but we're playing with it a little bit.
I was going out and in.
Okay. With that, you have crafted a. We're using the base of the belt of giant strength for this. You have crafted a base of a stone giant, or you've upgraded your belt to a stone giant, I should say. Worth noting, per what he was trying to do, and this is clear to both of you, you've created a strong enough base at this point that now it actually just needs more magic, but you're not certain that you guys currently have the ability to imbue more. What's up?
I was just going to say that Gurgle you would watch at the end of the 10-hour long thing. Kane has been stoic throughout the entire process, not faltering at all, but almost as soon as the magic is done and as soon as basically like the concentration has ended, he almost seems to wobble slightly before almost instantly just slamming to the ground unconscious.
I'll pick him up and take him to the bath.
Okay. Razu, you're the last one that we need to know what it's doing for the day. You are trying to recall a bunch of colors. Again, worth noting, just to make sure this wasn't clear. This was clear. Sorry. It's not necessarily that you can't remember the colors. It's that every time you think about it, it's a different color. Like in your memory, you have a vivid scene, and the color is changing.
After that, I would. So, I'm not sure this is the thing, but in cartography tools, do cartography tools have gloves that help you treat paper better?
That's not even real.
You would have
You wear
alchemy
gloves to protect
gloves.
your hands.
You would have alchemy gloves. Those would work for what you're trying to do.
Are there magical gloves in D&D that could do what you're doing? Maybe, but there are not gloves that do that. You wear gloves to protect your hands to make sure whatever you're dealing with doesn't get on your hands, especially if you're working with harmful materials.
for Razu is more of a.
I like to think that Razu
he just licks it.
I'd like to think that Razu doesn't even have alchemy gloves. He's just like.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I got worse.
I would ask the butler if he has any gloves, and I would describe them exactly as I just did.
Do you have some kind of cartography or studying gloves that impedes one's ability to damage paper?
We typically just call that caution.
But let's say one was physically incapable.
As I would have a rock, and I would crush it and turn it into dust.
Capable of caution. Might be true, actually.
Thinking to himself for a moment, he goes, we might be able to find something that could detract your strength.
As I would pull out all my winnings from betting.
Have you tried not
17.5
doing arm day?
We only have 2, right?
If you could procure me some gloves. And do you have one of those fluffy things that maids use? That they like hit shit with and it like undusts them.
As Hiram, what? What'd you just say?
Fluffy shit that maids use, that they use on shelves to undust them.
A duster?
Talking about a duster.
Are you talking about a duster?
Just a normal ass duster, dude.
I'm describing it how Razu would
that's
describe
fine.
it,
I just
brother.
had no idea what the fuck you were talking about.
The shit that Lumiere makes out with in freaking Beauty and the Beast. Okay?
I don't think Nate knew what this
Batal,
was.
Batal easily can acquire a duster for you. That said, your glove request is likely something that we could order in, but it's not something we have on hand. Perhaps we could give it to you based on the caravan's current, maybe a few days, 4 to 5 at most.
Okay. That should be fine. Maybe.
And then I would go to the first floor of the library and backtrack all the books I went through and use the duster. That's fun.
You want to spend the day trying to
Clean up the library.
show respect and clean up your previous endeavors?
In fact, I would also, not perfectly, but try to do the same to the places that Kane read books and Zephyr read books. Those would already probably be clean, but you know, we would check.
I leave
Make-
my places immaculate.
I also only read one book.
Rude that you want to try to clean up after it.
What would the cleaning be?
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
give it a sleight of hand check.
I think
Yeah,
it should
but-
be a wisdom. Attention to detail, you know.
But then at that point, or
It's-
perception is what he's going for there.
If you
And
can
more-
actually see the dust.
I
and
think
the
it's more
dust would-
finesse. I think it's for
Well,
sure
it's
It's
more.
more so just going over every part.
Yeah, you're looking at for the dusty parts. It's not so much that you're.
That's if you're spot cleaning.
Yeah.
He's cleaning.
He's just-
He's also
Clean.
in a very clean
You know what?
library.
I think it should be a combo: wisdom and then dex to make sure he doesn't damage.
I mean,
people.
at that point, just make a constitution for like how long he has to spend
We're
cleaning.
gonna do a
them.
sleight of hand. Make a sleight of hand check.
Intelligence.
I'm gonna say,
Make a sleight of hand check. That's it.
to be fair,
Just do them all.
Razu is strong, but I don't think I have such little control of my arms that I could actually damage something with a duster.
You damaged a book by grabbing it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
He has to roll a low strength check.
That is going to be a grand total of 7.
7.
We have tactical mind.
You failed.
That's where he rolls a 1.
He's really, really not good at this.
I mean,
9.
a little bit better.
That was double more than I said.
Twice as much.
No, it's the thought.
We
that
might
counts.
come back to a dead.
There's
Roz.
definitely a little bit of like, as you're going through these
Oh,
books
it's
as
cute,
well,
he's trying.
like, this is clean. As you're going through them, confused at why the librarian is upset, as you're continuing
He
to
appreciates the effort.
as you're continuing to go through and try and clean these books.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm using inspiration. Hell no. Oh. Does that mean I get a reroll tactical?
No.
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 We're keeping the
you
2.
You keep the 2.
That is a grand total of 11.
Hey, breach 10.
Reach 10. That does affect it. No, actually.
We're burning all our inspirations.
He doesn't just push dust onto another area.
as you're coming towards the end of the night, cleaning up these, and the way that I'm doing this again is I'm gonna have you guys meet back up for dinner. I know that you guys are gonna be doing your rune weaving, but I'm gonna kind of incorporate dinner into that so you guys can meet back up. Towards the end, though, when you finish up and you're almost like waiting to speak to the librarian, Vital comes and informs you dinner's ready.
I mean,
A little bit.
I don't know if this matters, but Razu currently has no intent. Effectively, Razu thinks there is no way the librarian's going to show up, especially after rolling 11.
As you're
I don't know
called
if
for
that
dinner,
matters.
Razu kind of hoping that he'd show up, but slightly defeated as you go to exit the library. You hear, "You're bad at this." You kind of like turn around. You don't see anyone. He goes, "Thank you."
You turned into a mosquito.
As then you would then group up to go back to meet up for dinner. And at this point, again, this is where I would have you guys all coming back, except for something.
Okay, I would like to try to do something.
Is that for something first?
First question is, does the storm stop before that, or is it storming all
No,
night?
in fact, the storm gets more intense.
Okay. Does the green stuff come back?
The green stuff does not come back, but the feeling never goes away.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say that the feeling becomes more prevalent, almost more ominous. Like you feel like, you know, the idea of like you're marching towards your doom in a war. You have that feeling.
The drum beats are getting faster.
Not necessarily you though. You have that feeling for those around you. Like they're endlessly marching towards their end and they don't even know it.
Before I start heading back, as I'm in a deep trance and stuff, just taking in every raindrop, every lightning strike, everything that's going on in the storm. I stand up and just keep my eyes closed. I'm like, well, I think it's about time that we get to know each other. And I'm going to, moving forward, assist Golroge in approaching his destination in the visions we've been having, sharing.
So as you kind of hit the point where you're going back for dinner, as everyone starts to head out, you would head back to like the setting of the first sun, which would be, although you probably wouldn't be hungry, and you'd be coming with a large assortment of new additions for your dinner. As you're heading back and as you get back down to the baseline of the festival, you would hear a more coherent, you know, when I can actually see, you have much better eyesight than I did. She kind of confused for a moment. You realize you can feel something in your left eye. You don't know what it is, but it almost feels like something. It almost feels like the back of your eye itches to the point that you want to scratch it, but you can't. Apologies, it's your right eye, based on how he held his hand out. Zephyr. With that, as you guys come back and you join for dinner, Zephyr's right eye is now red, much like the eyes of Talos.
I'm still unconscious, right? Because I rolled a 4 on my d4, so I'm unconscious for 4 hours.
Oh.
Dang, now I need to update your.
Oh, Zephyr.
No, because I was having the break for dinner be in the middle of it.
Okay.
You'd be going into your long rest for that.
Zephyr, you got something. I could probably help you with that. I got lesser restoration. We can get rid of that pink eye.
Uh,
Just don't touch anything. Okay.
do you mean?
You gotta.
Your eye is the color of Talos.
Well, I want to say Talos has a color, but that's red.
Talos is red if you've seen the lightning.
It does make sense. I do feel a slight twinge of magic in that area.
We call that powerful influence. That's very valuable.
Oh, well, I mean, good news, it's not
He's the
pink eye
only
then.
one who can
Hey.
hear that.
Did something happen during your communion?
I think I gained the strength to take the next steps. I'm going to be tapping into more of Talos's power for what's going to come in the near future.
Did you find who you were trying to find?
Yes, I did.
Something you guys notice as he's talking, everyone has mannerisms you do with your hands. He has different mannerisms as he talks with both of his arms.
It's a robot arm. It has a mind of its own.
Effectively, yes. That is what it would seem like.
It'll still take some time to get it used to.
I think your titanium is
It's Gold Roche.
Oh.
I'm trying to tap into that power more. If things,
how's it controlling a mechanical arm though?
it's just controlling my magical points in my body, probably. It's if things go wrong, I would request you guys to stop me from anything that happens.
We already kicked your ass once, Orc Man. We can do it again.
That's kind of cute.
He says you're cute, go girl.
I know.
Well, to inform you what I learned from Zarion, he did have the information we sought. The name of the god that is set for trial goes by the name of Saihin, which has a possibility of two monikers. The first that I thought of immediately was Salri. Similar names. But that was where that conclusion ended.
Religion check.
I would allow you to make one as well.
This is just
An assist.
You made one earlier, actually.
Yeah.
That's what. So this is on that Char check.
Can I make it?
and I legit will guidance myself in a sense of prayer to Riveron
Can
to actually
I
look for answers on this.
assist him?
We're technically going over the 2 roll. Yes.
4-man
You're proficient in
rule.
religion, right?
I am.
All right.
It's my second high stat, actually.
You get assist.
Actually, might be higher than Zephyr's. Doesn't make sense.
He's got a plus 11 religion, my guy.
Wait a minute. I might just.
Why are you?
We're gonna implement it now. You're gonna make your own roll, and then you're gonna do the +1. We're stealing Dagger Heart's way to do group checks.
I think he said he's making the roll, babe.
No, he is.
But using that logic,
Zephyr
that
is
would
for
mean
sure the one.
I
making
think
it.
I am also making this easier by asking a deity that's literally in this.
Okay.
So then.
By the way, my roll's
Dope.
My old one.
I would say how I would help him
You have
with
your,
that
You have your old one, which I have.
Okay.
is Razu looked into Nyx a bit because he assumed that the woman that he saw in the vision was Nyx. So,
Who is Nyx?
Shar, my bad.
Nyx is
Are you talking about the goddess of hate, like the Hades
I
goddess?
was thinking of Zagreus' mom. That's my bad. Ugh.
The other possibility that I came to was that it is another name for Shah, as Saihin's moniker is Warrior of the Night.
Be prepared to give me whatever I freaking want.
And then
What'd you get?
35?
Did I get a +1 from him?
What'd you get?
23.
You didn't get a +1 from
Okay,
me.
33.
So,
He didn't say Jesus. He's starting to get used to the 30s.
Ask your question.
are you trying to imply that they trapped Shar?
No.
It could also
I'm
be
just
like
curious
a
if that's what you're
champion or
thinking.
something.
I'm trying to imply that the Vorthalax and this god are working together.
How do you know that?
Rosie's vision.
Instinct.
Yep. Like,
He thinks it's Char. He's already said that.
Shit, Sherlock.
So you are implying it's Char.
I literally just said that.
But you answered the question no, and then you contradicted yourself. That's all I'm saying.
No, I didn't.
I said, so you're implying it's Char, and then you said no, and then you answered, and then it doesn't matter.
As that is slightly argued at the side of the table for a moment. So, you have not heard the name Sayin Moonbrow. Not only that, but you're confident that's not a name of a god. At all. Your only thing you can think of is that's the name of a god before they took a station. Similar to how dragons give alternate names and how gods take up the station. That said, Warrior of Night, or the
Warrior of the Night.
Warrior of the Night, or the Bloody Goddess, is something that is known. The Warrior of the Night, or the is there a female version of that? Warriors? No, I think it's
just Warrior.
So the Warrior of the Night,
Lioness.
also known as the Bloody Goddess, it was the most feared when the gods, amongst all of the god ascensions, even above Bane. When Bane took his seat, he killed his predecessor and showed overwhelming power, and is the most powerful of all gods known to ever ascend to a seat. However, there is no god that has killed more gods and taken their seat than the goddess of blood. When Shar, as you got insanely high and somehow found this in some book.
Hey, it was decent.
When Shar ascended, she killed every other goddess associated with night in any way. She killed.
I think that like Ryvron's like straight up just like giving me this info.
You literally get a
That's
vision.
better.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that. As you've now interacted with him, and you can still like somehow hear that storm from outside. It's almost like the words are carried on the lightning. I like that much more. As
That's how I was playing.
I'm actually going to change this a little bit based on that as well. I'm actually going to say that you can actually almost see this from like. This seems like you're
Similar to the primordial vision.
very similar, except for you're in a large storm for this, and you would see what looks to be a fairly non-threatening elf. She's got larger pointed ears, almost like high elf level, wears a long flowing dress that only covers half of her breast. It is a white silk, nearly see-through, but just enough to cover everything. She wields what is just a long glaive that she holds near the base of it. It almost looks awkward. She walks with it, typically normal, but whenever she actually wields it, she slides it out, giving her a massive reach and using a style that would be very odd to you. And you would just get almost like flashes or bits and pieces of her killing Alessatri, who is a drow goddess, often associated with moonlight, song, and dance, a very jovial god. You see a vision of her killing a dwarven goddess by the name of Sharlindar. Sharlindar was a god of healing and compassion, mercy. You see her killing Loth, the god of the Underdark. You see her killing the previous Shar, rather than ascending her, killing her, and somehow taking her power, much like how Talos took that of Saurine. The Bloody Goddess kill count was in the dozens of gods that she killed. In fact, the main reason the current pantheon is so small is because when Shar ascended, she decided there were too many gods, and not only killed everyone associated with night, but basically picked her favorite gods and killed all the gods that would be taking portions of their power, giving the most power, notably, to herself, Bahamut, and Tiamat, as she killed everyone associated with every facet that they control.
Too many sorcerers.
Hey, I mentioned this all. I have my one eye closed because the other one's not going to respond. Because I don't believe in this shit. And then I just recount all the information.
Well, that definitely concurs with what I assumed.
Would have been mighty convenient if you knew this information back when he told you about his vision the first time. No, I'm kidding.
When you're playing it, he literally didn't. He just got it.
He just found this out in the library.
I would add to that, because of the current you're in, you would know that this is something Shar is currently doing. So he just gave you basically the visions of who she's killed and the plan that she has portrayed to all the gods. Ryveron opposes it.
Which means...
So the captured goddess goes through.
Vorthalax and Saihin are working together.
Yeah, so the captured, but they didn't actually capture. She came willingly, and the whole thing's just a coup so that they can take out all dragons.
Correct.
Use them as super juice for their super spell to make this cube.
That makes sense on why they are traitors.
I'm just trying to figure out who pitched us to Vorthalax.
Well, hold on,
and
though.
why.
Hold on. You know one thing that's not adding up, though, about this whole scene?
What's that?
Rudars makes the cube. That's what we were told. I just found out he's a kid.
I mean, maybe he makes it out. Well, most likely, I mean, he'd have to
I mean,
make
I
it
don't know
out.
if he's here. I just know he's a kid in this
Just
time.
Oh.
to remind you, Gurgle, we see when the cube was first utilized. When Talos usurped Salary. That was when entropy was entombed. That is not for several millennia from this point in time.
Then what's the whole point of killing everybody here? That's the part that I don't get.
Power.
I thought Rudar said he was only like
Control.
600 years old.
The Rudars is millennia.
There's definitely
Several.
thousands. There's definitely thousands.
What
of
you're
years.
thinking of, by
Said
the
he
way,
has
he got
trapped there
imprisoned
for-
in the
Yeah,
Molten
yeah,
Crown
yeah.
600 years
600
ago.
years ago. That's what I was gonna say.
And your answer, Gurgle, is because the dragons pose a threat. The gods lose the war without the invitation or
Intervention.
of Tiamat and Bahamut.
It seems like a lot of wasted souls if they just kill them and they're like, eh.
Who says they do not utilize them? The cube does not need to be formed in a day. It could take several thousand years, and this is the start.
So they'll store all the dragon souls in a phylactery, and then they just suck power out of it when they need it to make the cube?
Or that phylactery is the base of what the cube becomes.
Or they just don't want them around.
Okay, I gotcha.
I mean, that information should be in the book, right?
The Lorthun's spell has nothing to do with the cube. At least as far as I was able to
I
tell.
think that's just the soul killing spell, but I don't think it has to do with the cube. I thought the cube was the cube was in that book.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
he's right. The cube blueprint was in that book. The one that you guys pulled from the library.
Is that true?
You guys haven't figured out all the nature of this book.
Isn't
Okay.
So what I will tell you is that you guys figured out that basically this soul uses life force, souls, to basically enact a mode of the infinite on somebody else.
Also,
Yeah, but that's not the cube.
Yeah, but Paul's thinking of the blueprint that he recovered from the burnt part of the library.
Has Tiku looked at this
Recovered.
book at all?
That
Like,
wasn't.
okay. Zephyr has inferred that this has something to do with the cube because of the investigation I did in the library.
Yeah,
Those
the
are
burnt,
two separate
the burnt
things.
Yeah,
Two separate
the
things.
burnt part of the library.
Both in the
found
library.
a semi
Both
blueprint.
seem to be also
Okay.
being pursued by.
An omniscient library that knows everything.
So
So,
this
everything's
whole-
connected to the library.
This whole murder all the dragons.
But both.
You do know
Bahamut's
the
been
book.
after both.
You were
situations
present
out
at the
there.
dinner where the book was presented.
So this whole murder all the dragons is because somehow this goddess has convinced Vorthalax that if he doesn't help wipe out all the dragons, that it's doomed and the gods are going to win. But somehow Vorthalax is okay with wiping out all his family and all his friends and all his kin. But for some reason he has an
as weak.
But for some reason, he has an unhealthy attachment to his sister. And she's the only one he doesn't want to kill, so he's going to mind control her.
Or Vorthalax knows that you figured out. A lot of people want them dead. And Shar told him that if he worked with her, his sister would be fine.
Entirely possible. Speculation at best, though.
So is everything we're saying.
He said that she's gonna die if she doesn't have this spell though.
Did you two figure out anything with the book, by the way? Did you figure out a way to alter it?
Gurgle was working upon it last night. I was not in the correct headspace. We are capable of working on that more, but we were performing a ritual on Gurgle's equipment, upgrading it.
Gurgle did finish what he was trying to do.
Can I see the book?
I do feel like we need to return it either tonight or early tomorrow. Like real early tomorrow.
I believe Gurgle has the book.
Probably
No,
tonight, actually, the more I
Zephyr
think
has the
about it.
Did you guys give it back to Zephyr?
Oh, did you? Oh, I don't know. I thought you guys were working on it.
We were working. Oh wait. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
I
That's
made
right.
the claws.
I just know that I brought Zephyr in to look at it.
I mean,
and,
I can
yeah.
give it back to him whenever. I already
Tiku is the
did-
one who's asking about it.
I already did what I wanted.
So what's the... Is there, like, what's the plan? What's going on with it?
Sure. I mean, like, you can have it, but the thing is I just added a clause to the spell. Like, think of it like footnotes on the spell to reverse some of its effect. It's like a failsafe switch, like in a mechanism, where if you do a certain thing, then it's gonna reverse the effect of the spell.
And a message. How do you activate it?
You have to say, "Remember the true king." Okay. To the person that's affected by the spell.
Okay. Just I'll log that away in my brain later.
Okay.
I'll probably forget the wording.
This book is confusing to you. There's no symbol on the front. The words are in a language you don't understand.
There's no pictures!
Be careful if you try reading this. It does attack your psyche.
If you can even read it.
It will hurt your
You guys
brain.
said it had a soul, right?
It has the soul? What?
No, this book it's a spell that tells. So it's a spell that uses souls as
So it
its
doesn't
material
have
component.
a soul.
No.
It's a
I
spell.
thought this was like a soul item.
No.
This is a book that
She's like,
has
I'm less interested. This is not what I thought it
That's
was.
not what I thought it was. Never mind.
It is quite literally effectively think like a spell book, but it's one spell. It's a massive rune weaving spell.
That I was about to
That
like talk
uses-
to an infant spirit going on here. Not an item. That's what I was thinking was going on.
No, that's not what this one is.
All right.
Not interested. Never
Did
mind.
you succeed?
At?
The back door, the Trojan, the ability
I mean,
to
I assume so.
supplant it.
He didn't make me roll. God in the sky didn't make me roll a check for it, so I assume so.
Technically, you said you didn't finish it yet because you were gonna wait for my assistance, but
Hey,
yeah.
Clay.
Oh, apparently I need to imbue the magic part, but I wrote down all the symbols.
There's a lot of souls here, by the way.
I will do that in the morning.
I don't know what we're talking about, gathering souls and stuff, but there's a lot here. It's very noisy.
Alive or dead?
I don't think she's saying in the book. I
Yes.
think she's saying in the whole valley that we're existing in, which would imply that both they're alive and dead because there's a lot of dead people out there.
Like a lot.
Just confirming.
of them.
How long does it take to get to the library? Again?
Like
5
from the main
steps.
hall, it's literally
Oh
just
yeah, it's just.
upstairs.
I was just making sure.
Bigger than the biggest.
If you want to go to the
dragon
second
hordes
floor,
I've
maybe a
ever
minute
seen,
because you have to
I'll
go
come
longer the way around.
Clay, can you come with me and we can return the book?
He wants
Certainly.
to imbue the magic first before
I
we
need
return.
to imbue the magic in the morning. Well, I suppose there's no fault in doing
Do we have
it
time
now.
for the trial?
I think we need to put this back tonight, preferably. Can you do it now?
I want to have Gurgle's help, especially with how tired I am. I want to imbue the magic with the Greater Restoration spell. As basically, like, he has the keywords to basically be like, undo the magic, and then I'm using Greater Restoration to assist that process.
I actually wanted him to imbue. Actually, now that I'm remembering it, because we didn't get a chance, I wanted to suggest to you, you should actually imbue Revivify and Restoration and
Regeneration.
Regeneration. Yeah, try to imbue all of them into the counter spell.
I am incapable of doing the third one tonight. I use the magic to make your item.
You said revivify, right?
Revivify.
Can you do
Wait.
Regeneration
You can
and
eat
regeneration.
items,
He's saying
right?
you
you
can't
not-
do
You
regeneration.
can't do
I
regeneration.
can.
Oh, which one can you not do?
Regeneration.
That's what I just said.
Don't we have like extra magic items?
I asked, and the answer was no.
Well, if you're too tired, I know some
Not that one.
non-body altering pressure points that could really keen your mind for just a second.
And Michaela missed that, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's what limits.
How Razu is or how he gives his bardic inspirations. He massages you.
I think what he's saying is he
Learned
doesn't.
about pressure points.
What level are you?
I think what
While
he's saying
doing
is
my
I think what he's
medicine
saying is
checks.
he doesn't have any more 7th level spell slots. I don't think your pressure points are going to help.
Well, he
So he
just
does
said
like
he was
acupuncture,
tired,
like he like.
but I
throws
know
It's not ranged anymore. It is melee now.
I think he's tired in a
throws
way
the
that he
darts.
doesn't have access to his magic until the next morning. I think that's what he means.
I do not have access to my 7th level spell slot.
Okay. Let you destroy my feather falling ring.
What?
I have a feather falling ring,
Oh.
but I don't really need it. We can
So
use-
technically speaking, or actually,
If I consume the magic of the ring, it will knock me unconscious for a few
What if,
hours.
hear me out, what if we just buy a spell
Glass
scroll
potions.
what if we ask for one of our rewards to be a scroll of regeneration? Can't we just
Reviveration.
Reviveration.
You know what I'm talking about.
Just to inform you,
you could ask.
regeneration heals the body. It does
I know.
nothing for the mind.
I agree. That's why I wanted to combine all 3 spells. You know how it has 3 spells? We've got to counter each part of that spell. One of the parts of that spell is to revive an undead. We don't want her to be undead.
It's to raise dead, and that is just fine. All it merely does is have you have downsides when you come back to life.
Which is why we regeneration.
Regeneration would provide nothing to that. Greater restoration would. And to answer your unspoken question, trying to meld 3 spells at once, I do not want to try it.
I did it.
Lorthun, over the course of how many decades, centuries, eons?
They're just stuck in the past, you know? Things get better in the future.
I'm pretty sure it actually gets worse.
You ever seen a hard drive? It stores way more information now on a lot less space.
I already asked him this question. The answer is modern magic is more streamlined,
I know.
More efficient.
more efficient. It's
Efficient, concise.
it basically it gets rid of power for speed.
It converts power into efficiency.
Damn.
Is what
I might be willing to try it with the first 2 spells, but that would be dangerous, even still.
I mean, you're trying to counter a spell that sucks the souls of a whole city to make your girlfriend get mind controlled. Or your hopeful
And
girlfriend.
you're
Hopeful
asking
girlfriend.
me to solve this in one night. Even if I had the entire week, I still would be hesitant to try.
Listen, you don't got a week. That's the thing. We gotta do this today, or we have no clay beacon.
You speak as if you not listen to not what I say.
Get on it. Here's the book. Get on it. Time's a wasting.
Seeing what Gurgle did, seeing the changes that he made, I basically want to follow that same line of logic, but imbue, revivify, and greater restoration. I'm pretty sure I have to consume the diamond dust to do so. So I will, which is sad because I just got that.
Have you considered my offer?
I suppose.
Great.
feel like now that he like consumes magic, he actually consumes the diamond dust as part of casting the spell.
As you can see, Arazu's been working on
Especially due to
this.
the dragon nature of you.
You see the diamond dust almost like wrap around his head before he breathes it in.
And then he's high.
Did not go for the nose for that exact thought process.
He's like, hold on, I gotta cut this. You don't gotta
He's so exhausted.
My diamond's full. I just gotta crush it up.
He's so exhausted.
Now we need to just append that clip to the end of the cocaine.
I'm not tired anymore, guys.
He's just like so exhausted coming back. He's like, wow!
I knew as soon as I made that comparison what would happen.
Oh gosh.
He's like, this is the good stuff. Got any of that Chinese diamond test?
So it is 100 gold or 100 gold worth for Gird Restoration, 300 for Revivify. Just to inform
400
you.
of your 600.
Yep.
I like to think that your massage as well. You got like acupuncture, but you just use your talons.
Yeah.
Just
I guess that's a rune weaving check.
Yep.
Guidance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Guidance and bardic inspiration.
Just
Do you
the
actually
D6.
want me to roll for
It is a
it?
D6. I'm gonna impose this.
Yes.
gonna be
you
hard.
were also
I don't
doing-
remember
You were also
rolling.
Constitution check 12. If you flinch, if you fail, you take 1 damage.
What? I'm confused.
I'm imposing this upon myself. You need to make a Constitution check, DC
So
12.
he wants me to
if
make a
you
con
fail,
save
you
on
take
his-
1 damage. Guidance.
On his greater.
So if you
or
want
on
to
his
implement
bar.
this, you can. But just so you
that's
know,
what guidance
he's
means.
also
I
doing a
guidance
rune
means.
moving, which is a concentration. So if you do that and he
guidance.
fails,
He
you
can guidance
will hinder
himself.
him.
Please guidance you.
Just so you know. I think it makes sense. It's not a hard check.
Okay.
Come
Carry on.
on, 10. It shouldn't be that hard to not
He just
flinch.
he like
right?
reaches into his wine cup. Perfect.
I passed his concentration
Sacred
check.
wank.
Or Constitution save.
Easy.
Make your. You need to make one as well,
This
Gurgle.
is backwards, right? Because I'm writing it, so I'm the Arcana.
No.
I'm imbuing the magic.
He's doing effectively the way that this works. You guys can play with how you're actually doing the spell as much as you want. The idea is the Arcana part of it is what Kane is doing and working on, and then for the performance part of it,
Is it only performance or
there's a
that's
few
what
of them
we're
you can
doing?
use. You could use performance. You could use smithing. You could do sing. You can do dance. You've just used performance the most.
Fuck. 31.
Jesus.
Fuck.
True, Jasmine. What'd you get?
11.
Have you rolled above a 10 today?
I rolled a 16 once. And technically during the Constitution saves, I actually rolled really high. But
Is that
I
with the
guess
plus
that
6?
yoinked all of it. Yeah.
One more time, what'd you get?
11. I
the
can't
plus
roll for
6?
shit.
With a guidance.
That's a 2 on the D20. It turned from a 2 into an 11. Let's be real. Let's be fair.
Rough dice.
I am decent. I
Okay.
just can't roll for shit.
Ken's having a rough day. Sorry for
All right. Well, with that, that is what you guys would be spending your night finishing that rune weaving, as well as finishing working on the belt. Is there anything else that people want to do before long resting, going into what is the final day of the
we
Dragon
go
Festival?
to the library and go to the library as soon as that's finished.
Yeah.
Like,
So you guys effectively would be staying up until they're done with it.
yeah.
Wanted to have a conversation with Razu.
Okay. So the way we'll do this is, as you guys are kind of like finishing it up, you give them the book so they can head off to the library, and then you meet up with Razu. So I'll do this one, and then I'll do.
Yeah. What? So so the reason why I'm rushing to the library is because there has to be time for them to take the book.
Carry on.
Okay. So
Razu,
Yes?
I was hoping to find a better time for this, but I do not think we're going to find one. Your scythe, you're not utilizing it correctly.
I find that very hard to believe. Did you see Zephyr try to use it?
No, not the weapon, the material. Titanium, or more accurately, purple dragonstone, is more of a defensive in nature. So I wanted to ask you to turn it into a shield. Just temporarily.
It's like defense, ew.
Excuse me, what?
I need to test
What is
something.
What he's talking about, Razu? Listen, what he's talking about is he wants you to turn it into a frisbee with bladed edges. So that you can throw it at people.
No.
Smashing board.
Then dye it blue.
Just make sure it's about half an inch thick and it's got straps that you can hold on the
Straw on
front.
the top. Throw it.
I was going blue, but that works too.
Unless you do not care.
Like you wanted to test on the wisdom pool.
No.
I don't think he's asking to suck your scythe.
I am wanting
Besides-
you to prove a theory of mine.
I think sucking your scythe would be a
Like
bad
your
idea.
theory about the wisdom pool.
That was an experimentation.
Let King talk. Let me finish.
So you want me to turn it into a shield and let you use it?
I want you to turn it into a shield and nothing more. I want you to see what happens when you do so.
Okay, I try to turn it into a shield.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that falls under martial weapons.
This would be the most genius
Does not
experiment.
fall under martial weapons.
This would be
You would have to alter it. This would be like you'd have to take it to a smithy to actually alter it. A shield is not a martial weapon. This has been crafted into a weapon.
this would be genius, guys. If you
He
try
currently
to
can't do that. Probably.
I see. I knew of its transformative properties, so I assumed.
Problem is, this is only half. It's wielded with both adamantine and dragonstone.
But as I stated, the reason why Therex Broshock was so terrifying is because it is made of titanium. His defensive properties are absurd.
I thought it was because he suplexed the dragon, but what do I know?
I agree. Just like the guard captain, where his sword turned into armor. And then back into his sword in less than 3 seconds.
I'm merely stating that its defensive properties outweigh everything else by at least tenfold.
I don't know about that. I looked at
I
the dragon wearing
do.
some shoes, and I'm pretty sure he broke the sound barrier.
And what color were the shoes?
Dragonstone color.
Hear me out, Razu.
Green. Green is for magical properties.
What color is mine?
Purple.
What color is the armor?
I looked down at myself.
Dragonstone armor. When I see people wearing it.
Also purple. And blue is for your offense. Your hostility.
So, better question.
I look towards the butler.
How do I turn Dragonstone blue?
You have to find Blue's Dragonstone.
They are different materials.
How do you
Much
turn-
like you don't turn mithril to diamond or diamond to mithril.
Exactly.
But you can make an alloy out of two of them.
Well,
You can. If you wish to make more of a centralized, or one size fits all, perhaps. Sometimes it can even create stronger metals. But to my knowledge, Dragonstone cannot be mixed.
then what is mine? I was told it was half.
Dragonstone cannot be mixed with other Dragonstone.
As Master Kane says.
So, tell you what, that Dragonstone heart we were potentially going to acquire. Once we obtain more, if we make it into full, you can then turn into a shield.
Hear me out, though, Razu. Hear me out. Your scythe or changing weapon, whatever you want to call it. Mostly a scythe. Likes to eat blood, right?
Sure.
So he likes to eat magic, so if you get bloodsucker, magic sucker, if you combine the two. Because he's a magic sucker and your scythe is a bloodsucker.
Genetic mutation. I like where this is going.
That's what I'm saying.
Your experimental mind is terrifying.
He's the one that started it.
That does not change the fact that I just stated.
I'm suddenly remembered of a pigeon just.
I think this is a great idea. You want to offer some blood samples?
No.
Second smartest person in the party.
The mad scientist thinking this is a great idea is probably a bad idea.
And
He's not the mad
to answer
scientist. That
your
was his father.
question, this was my attempt to assist you. I care not for your scythe.
You wanted to assist me in defense? Sorry?
I wanted you to utilize your Dragonstone to the most capability it can offer. My recommendation for you is to try and find blue Dragonstone for your weapon.
Is the dragon heart that we were offered blue?
The dragon heart we were offered was any of the three, technically. It was our choice.
So there's blue, red, and green, you say?
Blue, purple, and green.
Blue, purple, and green.
And Kane would explain this. Blue is its unpurified state, and it turns white the basically stronger it is. Green turns to silver the stronger it is. Purple turns to black the stronger it is. So the fact that your scythe is almost a deep purple proves that it's a very weak titanium. Probably because it's half adamantine.
Why would I want blue if you cannot mix purple and blue?
I am recommending you make an entirely new weapon of blue.
I'm saying you should use a shield. Not a
That
scythe.
is not what I recommended. I recommended that weapon in your hands would be better as armor or a shield.
I disagree with you completely. But,
Fuck that idea.
but, mixing
Well, hold on.
blue.
Well, hear me out though, Razer. Hear me out. Maybe he's onto something. Think about it. Armor that sucks your own blood and juices you. It feeds off of you and makes it stronger.
That is literally what I do.
I know, but what if your armor did it too?
Perhaps your scythe is past the point of return. The experimentations you've done, making it too unique. But all I can inform you of is the truth. Purple is defensive, not offensive. You are losing so much potential use keeping it as a weapon.
So, do you think it impossible to mix two dragonstones?
Are you asking Patal?
Yes.
It has never been done
Why?
because it destroys the material and it's hard to come by.
Think of it like if you have one baby and you have another baby. What happens if you try to smash them together? Do they become a new baby?
Isn't that how Rossi was born?
No.
I mean, I get where you're going, but
Weird spot.
I'm
I
saying,
just heard smashing babies together.
what I'm saying is it won't
What
work.
did I walk
That's the
into?
whole point.
I'm starting to think that these two aren't, completely sane.
Jesus.
So where I'm being Mr.
Hiram's
So I was just told
area.
it's purple, green,
And blue.
and blue. And you can't mix them.
Correct.
So why would I look for blue?
Well, but my genius is actually showing.
You want a scythe made entirely of blue dragonstone.
Oh, good. They're
I'm
talking
missing
about
a very,
weapons.
very important detail that you know about this. Why do you need blue dragonstone? There's a reason the dragons cultivated it.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
The most important reason.
That's okay. First of all, it's been a month.
Carry on.
And for our particular goal, you require a scythe made entirely of blue dragonstone, because that is the only way you can kill a god.
So, you give me a full blue scythe. And then I turn this scythe into armor.
Why do I need to give you the scythe?
Because it was your idea.
Again, informing you of a way to better yourself.
Hear me out. I had the most genius idea there, guys. Okay? So, going back to my earlier example. You can't mix two babies together to get a new baby, right?
Yes, if you smash their heads together, they both die. We got that.
They'll die, right? Obviously.
So the problem you
Or if you try to take, the insides of baby A and put them in the insides of baby B, it's not gonna work,
It's
right?
getting worse.
All right.
Maybe we don't let Gurgle go.
Hear me
That
out.
how they made Razu?
And now we're on a watch.
But hear me out. But hear me out. When those babies become adults, they could mate and make a half and half baby. So maybe that's how we get blue and green dragonstone.
I feel like this is
Hear me out.
Hold on. So we're gonna have the different colored dragonstones make babies with each other.
Exactly, and that's how we get green and blue.
So for the sake of
we're
this,
talking about
I'm gonna.
rocks. Good.
So for the sake of this, you guys are gonna have conversations. You guys
I
can
know
continue.
Razu has one more thing to add.
Wait. Tiku just comes in, I guess. Can we make flesh butter blue?
I'm sure we can do that, but Gurgle, I don't think you understand. Genetically, you can take the insides of baby 1 and put them in baby 2.
Alright, so ignoring that, I thought he was actually gonna have some. Batal is gonna respond. We're done with this. You guys can have more of this conversation after this, but Tigu. Batal responds to you.
Razu, what are you doing with those two babies?
You mean
Batal
this
responds
one
to you. Or
baby.
Batal, sorry. And he says, "You can integrate Dragonstone into normal weaponry. In fact, it's the most common, much like Razu's scythe.
Flesh butter isn't normal. Look.
That is why you can implement it with Dragonstone. You enhance it with it. In fact, it's the most efficient way. A true blade of Dragonstone would be nearly impossible to create. There's only 3 that I know of in existence.
Are they like super brittle or something?
No, they are the most sublime work ever made. 1 full set, a spellbook, a battle axe, and a suit of armor.
Oh shit!
Time back to old campaigns here, guys.
What color was the axe that they pulled out?
It was blue.
Shit! Oh no!
Is this the axe that Ragnar had?
Uh-huh.
And where was the blue axe?
And where might I find these?
We're going on a vestige hunt, boys.
No one knows where any of the 3 are at this time.
Well,
You happen to have a wish spell in your library.
Conversations continuing. You 2 make your way to the library.
To the library.
We'll
trying to make that a super short thing, but apparently not.
Rossi was just really not on the same page. Okay, so you're heading to the library with an altered book, 2nd floor, I assume, as that's where you had gotten it. So funnily enough, as you enter Clay, you enter in kind of in front, kind of ready. You don't see him immediately, but as soon as Zephyr enters in, he appears in your sight off to the left. Again, just reading a book.
Hello. We're here to return this book.
He immediately shuts his book and looks over and says, "Returned? So soon?" Puts the book in, and then in that similar fashion, as soon as he puts it in, he appears next to you, very close to all of you. and pulls a book off the shelf and opens it up. And as he opens it up, you can see. I'll actually give you a little bit of creative freedom. What's your autobiography called?
Clay Bigman.
Is it just Clay Beekman?
The double guns.
As he opens up the book, you would just
Beekman's written by Clay Beekman.
you could see the way this is going to look is he opens it up on one side. You see Clay Beekman. And it very much so looks like that the Lincoln picture. Like I want you for the military. It's like he's looking at you. It says Clay Beekman, and then on the back of it says
Sam,
written by Clay Beekman. And he flips through it for a moment. Interesting. And tell me, what do you wish to trade for? A simple return?
Yes. We added some changes to it, but none of the knowledge should be lost that existed.
As is expected, I may have made a few altercations myself.
Well, I mean, should be fine.
Wait,
Please tell me.
hold on. Is that my? I haven't even written that yet. I was stuck on the first paragraph.
Can you hand him the book?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He takes it, and then he would moving a few of the books around. He would find a slot.
Title?
And he would shut the book and hand it to you.
No better title than Clay Beekman. To sum up my life, nothing invokes inspiration, awe, and sexual prowess than Clay Beekman. It's beautiful.
I'm not sure about that last part.
No, it's right here. It's on the first page.
As soon as you open it up and start
He
to
was
read
actually
it,
reading it.
hold, chill. As soon as you open up the book to the first page, and you're just like, oh yes, and to get to that first paragraph, which you couldn't decide on, you suddenly find yourself in a cellar. The smell of wine, familiar but distinctly dirty. You realize it's wine spilled on the floor.
Oh.
You can hear yelling coming from up above. A fight. Clay! It's time! That's where we're actually going to go to break.
Oh my.
Some Clay backstory.
Backstory?
Yes, we will be back here in just a little bit to figure out what the heck's going on with
this
that.
is literally memories that are being returned to him.
Hello, friends. Welcome back. No, I'm just going to do it. Welcome back to the part 2 of Hiram's therapy session. He set it off, but I figured I'd just throw it in there just for you, Jasmine.
You got inspired.
I got inspired. Also, we did decide something just on the break as a note for the future. It'll just be in the polls. Mainly, this is for you, Jasmine. We're going to have the humans, because they get inspiration and a long rest. We're going to have that be a separate charge from the ones from stream. Because the reason that Zephyr and Clay are inspired frequently is because in 2024 humans get on a long rest, so that's going to be a separate charge. So they'll likely be in there. They'll be in there more often. That said, for today, it's me again, so that I can never use it on another player to have it do nothing.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you wanted it to succeed, you could have just said it succeeded with your inspiration.
That's not That's like eliminating the dice part of absolutely not. All right. Back in D&D mindset. Clay. As again, you just heard your name called out from the cellar up above. You suddenly remember you'd actually come down here to clean that wine that had just been spilled. You've mostly cleaned it up already. The smell is largely coming from the rag that's in your hand. Also, as you look at your hand, you're small. Much too small, much too young. Maybe 5, 6 years old? Kind of confused. You get here. Clay! I'll give you, we'll say, to the count of 3. Before, well, your mother's already on the floor.
Upstairs.
As giddy, childlike Clay comes to the top of the stairs with fond memories. You did grow up poor. However, one thing you were always confident in was the love of your parents. Your house was poor, but also very clearly a loving environment. Yourself, your siblings, your brothers and sisters, or brother and sister. As you come up to the floor, the top floor of this, or the main floor of the tavern is largely empty. As you kind of like look around, looking for your father, you find him with a very serious face, blood trickling down the side of his face. Seems that he's just been hit in the side of the head. He's almost staggering up from a table. Your mother is currently sleeping, from what you can tell, on the floor between 2 tables. 2 of the chairs have been pushed out of the way. As a child, you didn't realize. You actually thought your mother was sleeping. Now in your own mind, you realize, no, she's not sleeping. This is the last time you remember actually seeing your mother. Your father told you she was sick and she had gone away. She had gone away on an adventure, sparking your initial interest in it, and that she would one day come home and that you'd be able to see her again. Again, you realize this is one of the reasons that you wanted to go on an adventure, something you had forgot. You were hoping that maybe you'd be able to encounter her at some point. As you kind of confused, your mind somehow stuck in a child, but also in the adult body you have now, you find your gaze turned to the doorway. There's 2 individuals in the doorway. One is a half-giant, half-human individual who is effectively, he is who's forcing your father back to his feet as he's staggering back up. The other individual is a dark elf, a ladrin? Yeah, a dark elf drow. This one in particular has streaks of orange in his hair, resembling the time of year, fall, that it currently is. He takes a step forward towards your father. He says, I'll have the money. I'll have the money soon. Give me, as he tries to almost look back towards your mother, the half-giant in front of him just grabs his head, and as he turns it back, you hear a pop. Hard to know if it was a crack or if he just popped his neck due to the quick motion. Kind of like leans down to him and says, don't look away now. As he turns his head directly towards the elf, he says, I'll give you 1 day. But for now, as I said, Clay, it's time. Your father's debts need to be worked in the field. As again you remember, this is a friend. At the time, they played it off well enough. You thought they were just having a conversation. They told you about some wine that has been spilled down your father's face. He had staggered. He was drunk. Your father liked to drink. But again, the older part of your mind realizes that's not what this is at all.
Who hit Papa?
No one hit him. Again, your father is, I won't say he's a drunkard, but he enjoys his liquor much like the wine bottle he spilled downstairs. A flash. You're down in the parlor with your father. He heard some rustling upstairs, a thud. In a rush, he dropped the bottle in his hand, kind of panicked, had turned to you, and that's when he had asked you to clean it up, and he had run upstairs.
Papa wasn't drinking wine.
We invited him for some drinks. Alcohol sets in fast, especially
You're a
when it's as
liar.
good as your father's. I hate when they get old. And as he waves his hand, the half-giant just throws your father, hits the table, hits the chair behind it, shattering the chair and falling to the floor. The half-giant runs over and grabs you by the arm. In your
I
older...
quickly grab a knife off the table and stab him.
You grab the knife and you stab it into his arm. He kind of looks at it for a moment, still having you hit his arm, and smiles. Your arm almost like fully gripped into it, and then he uses that arm to pick you up and bring you outside, the blood trickling down. Giant kind of like leans down to you and he says, "I'll have to get stronger before that's actually gonna do anything." And at this, again, it's almost like you flip to the next chapter, the next story. You're working in a field. You're currently picking berries. You know that when the night comes, you'll be it's when when you step on them. I suddenly can't remember what it is. You're going to be working to brew wine. You're working to pay off your father's debts as
cherries, like a cherry field.
Effectively, yes. When they get stepped on them,
But you could do it on many different berries. Can make wine.
Whatever the case is, you know what it is. You're currently working off his debts. In that excursion that had happened, where you had realized what happened to your father, he was injured to a point that he could no longer work. So, in order to protect your family, you started to work. You worked the fields, and then at night, you'd work in the brewery to actually brew the wine. This is actually where you got a lot of the tips and tricks. You realized maybe perhaps if you could figure out how to do this, maybe you could be more efficient, get less work for your father, less work for your mother. And this carried on for a month, 2 months, 3 months. It got to the point where you didn't know what you wanted to do, or you didn't know what you could do. You found yourself almost like lost in this is the rest of my life.
I scream out into the night in frustration. Ah!
I would say many a night. Before, again, it's like the next chapter has like you flip to the next chapter. You wake up back in the brewery. You can hear the sound of hammers hitting, of laughter. As you kind of confused come out into the top floor of the brewery. This had been burnt down. Part of the payment that your father was unable to actually procure, they had burned down the brewery, making it even harder to pay off that debt. And you see what is a familiar face, someone you respect deeply. But in this moment, it's almost like you can't remember who they are, but you know you respect them. As the individual almost like kneels down, bald, longer beard, as he leans down, and then his name comes to you, Granton. As Granton kneels down, he says, "Don't worry, my boy. We'll rebuild it. Better than it's ever been. Your father, me, will all be rich. Your life will be better. And do know, important lesson, for you and for all of you really, as you look about and you can see the children that were out in the field. You remembered from weeks past working the fields with you. Parents who's had debts they couldn't pay, where they would take their children to pay those debts off. Now all working not working, now all playing in this tavern. Adults kind of bouncing around them, their lives seemingly twisted on a dime. You know, many of them don't have families or homes to return to. He says, "We'll add a living quarters. Everyone should know what it is to truly live. Children especially. Do you know how you can show them that?"
Yeah. I think I can.
He pulls a small pouch of coins, and then he hands it to you, handing you what was your first 10 gold that anyone had ever given you. And then he pulls one of the coins out, kind of holds it up to your face. He says, "This is how the world works. Everything goes through money. And with a proper investment," as your father comes over using a stick as a crutch, and kind of places his hand on his shoulder, in offering thanks. He says, "No thanks needed. I get a hefty commission from what you're going to do, and I know your winery will do great things. So, save your thanks. And perform."
Did you describe what this person looks like?
He's bald, long beard. It's like a gray going on golden hair, almost going to yellow. Wearing what is it'd be a robe, but he's still wearing trousers underneath it, like a worker's man that seems to have like a noble's garment up top, and then trousers below.
Trinity just wanted to know.
Mercy, didn't you?
That would be really cool, to be honest.
With that, you're back. Do you remember? You would regain your memories of you being from the future, as well as a piece that you hadn't thought about in a long time. You hadn't necessarily forgot it, but the attachment to why you wanted to adventure, why you cared so much about gold. It's so ingrained in you that you, again, hardly ever think about where it came from, but almost like a memory, or almost like someone had struck your memory by, like, with a slap in the face. That scene had come back to you.
My man has some repressed memories. Are you okay?
I still have the book, right?
Hmm?
Yeah. Where was it? Yes, and sexual prowess.
Reading through the book is where you'd actually get all the memories that you had lost of your of that you guys are from the future.
Yeah.
Your deals that you have made here, and the holes in the conversations over the past 36 hours would fill in for you.
We should get back and turn in for the night.
Yeah. You still owe me 50 gold.
Why do I owe you 50 gold? I don't remember.
Breaking my last wine bottle.
I didn't break it.
Yeah. You did it knowing all the timey-wimey stuff would find a way for it to slip from my hands.
I have no problem with you having alcohol. I just leave.
Okay.
Just like a money shark.
All right. So with that, you guys would go into a long rest. Where the fuck did Paul go? I didn't even notice him leave.
He looked like he had like a phone call or something.
Whatever. It's fine.
Long rest.
Childhoods never last.
Right, long rest.
Yes, you do get a long rest. Happy childhoods do last, Kayla. Not everything is death. Not everything is sadness.
Are you?
You literally just proved that it was.
It had a happy ending.
Gone, broken.
God, broken.
Hey, I had a happy childhood. Things didn't go wrong until I became an adult.
Okay.
Look at all that and tell me you had a happy childhood.
As he's got a different colored eye. His arms been cut off.
I was fine until I went on an adventure, and then shit happened.
True. He had the opposite. All of you guys. Okay. So back on track. You guys finish your long rest. You group up. So in the morning, you guys would group up to. Oh, actually, sorry. One thing before you guys would long rest. You do need to decide. Pools. What pools would you like to use?
He put me in the Constitution one without my choice, so yeah.
So you got Constitution. I assume that puts him in Constitution as well.
There's no intelligence.
We're doing
right?
Dex.
No.
No.
Because Dragon Breath.
It's only
Dex.
the 3 physical ones.
Your options are Dex, Constitution, and
Strength.
Strength.
I think I'm gonna go strength.
Technically, you could still choose wisdom.
You could just have a bath.
I have a plus 12 in wisdom.
Dex for me as well.
Dex, Con, Strength. Okay. All right.
If you pee in the bath, does that bring some of the power back?
I already got rid of all the power. Fuck you.
As you guys would group up to have morning breakfast, as it's been prepared for you each day, for as long as you've been staying at this manor, you're for the first time not greeted by a spread. A little bit to both your surprise and and almost for you, Tiku, there's like a slight level of excitement as you're like, maybe I can cook. As instead of the table being there, Batal is instead in that main room. This is apologies that I was unable to prepare food for you this day, but part of the celebration is that you're supposed to wait. If you wish to make yourselves something, I simply am not allowed to cook for you, as the only feast to be eaten is that of the dragon festival, as I believe you are all seeking to attend.
Isn't that tomorrow? Oh.
I assume it's customary to fast.
The day before the final day, yes.
I'm fine with skipping meals for today.
Don't we have a...
Tiku's like feeling deflated, like, why won't you cook?
No food?
While it is customary, if you wish, you may partake or cook yourselves. The current Dragon King's custom is to fast for the day. Almost days of abundance, but to have one in remembrance of those that do not have any. With that said, you are not beholden to each one, especially if you choose to support the other. I simply am not allowed to cook for you today.
I'm not one to shy away from someone else's customs, so I will fast.
Do you have any information on the conquest today?
It has already started. The conquest today is simple. Ascend Lone Peak.
Any means?
Any means. You may enter in shy. You may attempt to fly to the peak.
Can other people attempt to stop you?
They will.
I assume this is almost like a musical chair situation.
Tiku?
But
There are limited spots, yes.
Do each of us need to claim a peak of our own, or as a group?
No, you simply must make your way to the summit. I believe you've been there once before. You simply must arrive before nightfall.
Do only the other teams involve, or dragons? Anyone?
Tiku hasn't fasted since I was
You are not required
small worm.
Many refer to this as the Dragon Festival, as it has been coined. Today is the main attraction, you could say, of the festival. Only those that make it to the summit by nightfall and have passed the other conquests may attend the, how would you say it for you, succession ceremony. I'm not sure that's quite right. I'm not sure how to quite define it for you, as the king may keep his station. But all those here are welcome to impede you, and many have favorites. And this is the one day of the festival. The main rules are lifted. Everyone can be their own this day.
So we should get going then, huh?
Sounds like it.
This is gonna be a hard trial. Tiku was a baby hatchling last time I did a neat.
As I would pick up my feet.
I'm thinking it was gonna be pretty easy, actually.
Not eating all
A
day
moment.
is very hard.
A moment, Razu. You mentioned the Master of Corridors. Perhaps we could ask him for assistance.
Maybe the food will be extra good because as a reward.
Is the door there?
The door is there.
Colors.
I'm gonna have you roll for it. Roll me a d4. 6.
I would convey to you that I've effectively confirmed there are 7 masters of the house. Each have their own color. 4. Each have their own color, and if they want you to enter, you can.
It's not a puzzle like you thought it was.
And then I would also tell you that Orlevilles is yellow.
Same as yesterday. It's yellow, white, blue, and purple.
What's
and then
with
green.
the fucking green splotch?
Green splotch in the middle.
I'm thinking purple.
So we probably
What
should
were the
head
four
out,
again?
right?
Purple, white, green, and
Yellow.
yellow.
What is
No,
that?
green is the splotch. Blue. Purple, white, blue, yellow, and then a green splotch in the middle of the door.
What color is the manor?
Talking just like the stonework on the outside.
Gold.
It's a variant, but primarily it's gold.
What's the color of the corridors?
Gold.
Also gold?
What color is the what? Sorry.
The corridors, like, so does this place have like corridors, like pillars? Go forward, there's another one.
That's an arch, not a
Yeah,
corridor. Corridor is much like a hallway, but typically like leading into like a dungeon or into a. You can have a corridor that leads into a library.
So I would have two thoughts.
They're the hallways.
What color is the corridors? And if there are paintings, what colors are the paintings? And not like the drawing of the paintings, because obviously there's multiple colors, like the painting frame.
The frame.
Yeah.
The answer is there is a variety of colors. There is not specific colors that seem to be dedicated to like frames or corridors. There is a variety.
I would put my head on the wall.
As Rozzy goes and puts his head in a corner.
Does anything happen? And I would think,
What is your favorite color?
Blue. I mean red!
Is anybody else ready to go?
In an instant, you hear purple, white, green, blue, and yellow.
Fucking
Very distinctly
Can I
from
pinpoint
5
it?
separate individuals.
can I pinpoint it from the voice that I heard in the Cubix sword? But almost like I'm imagining he sounds more refined this time because he's got glasses on.
Make a history check.
Boom! 23. I will tactical nine this if I fail.
You did fail.
Damn it. Come on, 7, baby.
That you could come to recall.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. 27.
27. It's between purple and yellow. Or sorry, not purple and yellow. Purple and white.
That's pretty
Purple and white.
straightforward.
Purple and white.
Yeah,
I apologize.
that's
you
kinda
didn't even
easy.
you didn't even hear yellow. I think I put yellow in there. You did not. You would have heard. It would have been purple, green, blue, white.
And yellow was the 5th one.
It wouldn't be yellow
Yeah.
though, because Orlevel wouldn't have responded.
Green?
It's supposed to be the other 5. You already said no. It would be.
The 5th color
It's red.
was red.
You heard red.
Could I pinpoint, like, which one's the librarian? Because the librarian's like,
Wait. Which color
Chalice of
are we
Elimination is
missing?
what you're trying to do?
I Trinity wrote him down and he lost them. I was technically banking on that, so I apologize.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the librarian might not, like, could I even pinpoint that I didn't hear the librarian? Because the librarian isn't behind this door from what I know?
One might say it's impossible.
Okay.
So, I'm thinking purple or white. I'm leaning purple.
A moment, if you would. Batal, I have a question for you, if you would not mind.
If I have an answer, I will give.
Based upon the 6 that you gave to Rozu, the 6 masters of the house, I was curious if I could ascertain the identity of the 7th, the keeper of the 3rd floor. I was just curious if that is the same as the master of the house, the individual that Oliver spoke to on the 1st to grant us permission.
He would not be. He is the only one that is also confined to his corridors. That is why you have not been able to interact with him in any way. His approval is hard to gain, as he cannot leave his corridors, but you can only enter them with his approval.
Didn't you say Orlevel's was the hardest, though? Because Orlevel was the only one that had only given it to one person.
Define hard, Master Rozu.
Most difficult to achieve.
In that case, then yes, I would say that Orlavel's would be the most difficult to achieve, as the only way to achieve Orlavel's permission is to become the Dragon King.
Okay. Are you allowed to tell us the requirement for the master of the third floor?
To meet with him is, to put it simply, the task with acquiring his permission is, again, you cannot enter his corridors without meeting with him. But you cannot enter his corridor, but you cannot acquire his approval without meeting him.
Interesting thought.
I grab purple.
So is the mansion not part of the Seven?
It is.
Are you capable of telling me who?
That is not allowed.
As Razu trying to open the door.
I mean, he's grabbing purple.
Batal kind of like looks towards you, and at this point he would just back away from you all, as the door would.
You could
pop
just
open.
ask Vital what color it was.
Woo! I would grab the painting that I leaned up against the wall by the door.
And as you open the
As I would
door,
walk in.
you grab your painting, you open it to an extremely familiar sight. Hallway goes as far as you can see. There are paintings on the walls. Large paintings, some small.
When I saw him when I put my hand on the wall, did I see him in a painting? Or did I just see him in a corridor?
No, you saw him in a painting.
Can I look for that painting?
Do you want to enter the corridor?
Yeah. I'm looking for that painting.
Will
Is
also
anybody
enter-
else ready to go out and try to climb the mountain?
I will also enter calling out.
I am with TQ.
Okay, so you two want to move. You guys want to start to.
Where are you coming?
I'm just prepping some things in my spell book real quick.
Are you coming with us, or are you trying to go in the hallways?
No, I'll be coming with you guys.
Okay. As the two of you would enter the corridor, and you kind of like start to look at these paintings.
I would just call out, and I would just say, Agal,
I was wondering if we could get your assistance to make it to the top of Lone Peak.
Make a persuasion check.
Why? I ain't persuasive. 10.
Okay. As you kind of like look, you look at one of the paintings again. It's darkened. There's nothing in it. As you go to the next painting, you see what appears to be a circle of couches around a main table. Not too unlike where you guys ended up meeting with Talos, but slightly different. You make it to the next painting. Look at this one, and it's a picture. It seems to be alive. You see what appears to be a battlefield with just hundreds, if not thousands, I should say, of individuals engaged in combat and dead. There's a large castle that has different sections of it that have been broken by catapults. The main wall's gate has been broken in, and there appears to be a large manner of different beasts, massive, are they called elephants? The massive war elephants.
Mammoths?
Yeah.
Mammoths would be more applicable actually here.
Elephants are only specific to Lord of the Rings.
That is correct, and this would actually just be mammoths. As you would see, like mammoths, large, almost. No, actually, it would be like mammoths and rexes, like raptors that in the fields.
They're attacking a castle?
Yes, they are assaulting a castle. Something that seems to draw attention in the picture. Through the main castle that's broken, that has a section of it that has just been opened up, you can see what appears to be a large knight that's leaned on a throne, distinctly painted in the image, with his hand on a large axe.
What color is the axe?
You kind of like start to inspect it. It's very small. Despite it's almost like popping out of the painting, he's still like this big on the painting, and his axe is even smaller. Hard to tell the color.
So, 3 things.
It could be blue. but you're not 100% sure with the size of it.
Out of game, is it a bugbear?
No, it's like an armored giant almost.
Does this castle remind me of Timberhold?
Yes. In fact, as you start to think about it, and you think about the ruins of Timberhold, wait a minute. As you
and is that the oldest brother?
Down, you don't know.
Is it?
We've seen his armor.
So it's Brahm, and I used to wear the oldest brother's armor.
That is true. Actually, you wore it for a long time. It is.
It's the problem. I can't utilize my.
With that, I need you to make be a charisma saving throw.
I suddenly feel
Like going
Cursed?
into a terrible battlefield.
very implied to do whatever the DM tells me.
What'd you get?
That is the grand total.
He's gonna say 6 or something.
Oh, a 3.
Oh.
As Razu kind of like inspecting this painting, you know when you see individuals inspecting like high-end art and they kind of like back up and like, You watch as Razu inspecting this painting kind of like backs up, and then he just gets scared shitless as someone reaches out of the painting behind him and just taps him on the shoulders.
I would also
purely
say
to see if he scared you.
I would also say, on top of that, as that was happening, right before I got scared, I was like,
I know that guy.
as you get tapped on the shoulders to the point that I would say Razu just like falls and collapses into the floor as a familiar giant, Goliath giant, kind of pops out, no longer wearing the monocle. At this point, you'd see him with a towel over his shoulders, an overall strap, and trousers.
Like
the painting
Senegal.
behind him is what you would what you're currently trying to stash. A bar table with a painting that seems to be blacked out up at the corner. He leans out and goes, "And how do you know my name?"
is the painting in my arm gone?
Nope.
No.
Or it looks like the inside of the...
Apologies.
Cubix sword.
We shouldn't have a conversation out here. And he just grabs Razu and then grabs your shoulder and pulls you both into the painting.
Real shit.
As you walk into a familiar entrance of the Cubix sword, as you walk past those two cats. There's no other individuals inside, so each one only has what is 2 tendrils, each one having one pointed at each of you. As he walks to the bar and just sits both of you down at a table, strong enough that there's like a crack, not to the point that of like a hurt for you, but like for you it'd be like, God damn it. And he moves around to the other side, takes the towel, slams it down on the table and says, "Now, what would you like to drink? It's not often I get guests, especially none that know my name. Most curious, most curious."
I would like Carabulu.
I'll make my best rendition of whatever that is.
Dragon's Fire.
Lovely. As he just reaches down and he pulls out 2 bottles. And
So, I have a question. Do you have a breastplate in your possession?
I have many things in my possession. I don't know why you need a breastplate. Also, why would I, as he gestures to just fucking like ripped at his physique.
Wait, I glance up at the picture as well.
As you look at the picture, it is currently black. Like nothing has been painted.
I was just wondering if you had a breastplate that's signature that you don't recognize. Just curious.
Why would I have a breastplate with a signature that I don't recognize? I recognize everything in here. Just like I will recognize you next time I see you. And you as well. Please, you know my name. Tell me yours.
I'm Razu.
Kain and Razu. And is this, are you a couple? Perhaps a band? Tell me, what is the relationship here?
He's a dragon simp. I'm a mutated freak.
All right. No judgment from me. No judgment from me. By all means, carry on in your lives. If you like to sleep with dragons and you like to... Does that mean you get off to, like, experiment? I just had a very weird image in my head. We're going to end that part of the conversation, and I'm going to ask you what you all needed from me.
I was wondering if I could get your assistance to the top of the mountain that we are currently attempting to climb.
We're in a mountain. Is that where we've landed most recently?
The mansion as a whole, yes.
Oh my gosh, we get a flying castle!
When was I?
We get a flying fortress as our in-game god-slaying machine!
When was the last time, or I should say, where was the last time we landed? Do you know what continent we find ourselves on, and can you name the peak for me?
Altira and Lone Peak.
That one.
We've made a... There's like a map, just fucking put it on the name. That one.
At least it's referred to as Lone Peak in our time.
Lone Peak. I can't say I'm familiar with Lone Peak. However, I am familiar with Altira. And you said, this is not canon. There's a map back there. He walks back to the map and he like taps and he's like, where on here should I?
It would be the eastern corner.
As you point him to Lone Peak, he says, wait, I've gone cross-world. Oh, wait, tell me, does that mean that the fairies aren't here?
Dragons, not fairies.
My customer base! Oh, no worries, no worries. I am successful wherever I go. And so he goes back up to the bar, pulls out a drink, and pours himself one. He says,
You're successful where we met you, and I put 5 gold on the table.
I like you. He takes the gold and takes a shot and says, a little bit of liquid encouragement. He says, perhaps a little bit more. Takes a bottle shot, puts
As
it back on,
Razu
puts it under the
opens his
table.
bag, and he's like,
Shit, I gave it all to Patrol.
Give all of what to Patrol? Oh, are you poor? Oh, here. And he slides the gold over to him and says, now you can feel like you tipped me.
Well, that is a great idea.
Thank you, fine sir. I appreciate both of your patronage. And he takes the gold and he puts it in a bag under the table. Now, unfortunately, I do not have control of where we land. That is only the master of the house. That said, if you simply wish to, you're just climbing, I mean. Reaches down, puts a large spool of rope on the table, pulls out a couple grappling hooks, and says, I have a variety of tools that might be available for a climb. Tell me, what kind of help are you looking for?
You wouldn't believe the things the customers leave.
The kind to not be incinerated, slashed, diced, crushed, generally assaulted by hostile entities on the way up.
Oh, I have something amazing for that, but I do have to, I wish to tell you, some of the things that you're asking about are, one might say, expensive. Is it going to be a problem?
It shouldn't be, no.
Fantastic. And he pulls out 2 additional vials and he puts them on the table and he says, now, you mentioned slashing. You drink this, a good 8 hours. Slashing? Psh, we don't even care about blades. And now, for this one, he said incinerated. I can tell that you seem to do well with fire. You, however, feathers typically tend to burn. I wish for you to drink this. Again, this one not quite as long, only up to 4 hours, but it will help you deal with a little bit of that fire. I will have to tell you, though, you do feel it going down. You just take the fire from the outside and put it in. Embrace it.
Yes.
Marvelous. And as he slides the 2 over to you, he says, now, my payment is nothing spectacular. I need stories. I venture all over the world, you see, and I have to know. I find myself in Altira, and I think it's been many years since last I was here. What do you do? Tell me of your adventures, please.
As Razu would grab the picture and set it on the table.
So I went to this bar once in the city of War, effectively. And we met the most charismatic half-giant, much like yourself.
I would love to meet the man. It's not often that you find giants that are hospitable or even friendly. Tell me, what was his name?
It's actually quite fascinating. He went by Cubix.
Cubix, not a bad name. I like the sound of Cubix.
Yeah, but that's too.
He also... He has watchers.
Yes.
I knew they came from somewhere. They told me they started here. No matter. Fascinating. So they're native to Altira.
At least native to this innkeeper. He's technically a fascinating specimen. Never stays in one place for too long.
Ooh, much like myself, I can appreciate this man.
And in Zinderhold, there are floors of the city, and you find...
Like a building?
Yes. You'll get the most...
As a city.
You'll get the most people to come into your shop on specifically the 4th floor.
Cinderhold. Fourth. Wait, hold it. See, he reaches down.
could probably meet
pulls
him.
out a notepad and starts to write in the notepad.
You guys need to regale him the story of our party.
Yeah.
Gotta do this now.
I was going to.
I need this in my life.
Let me
Imagine
regale
the
you with
ego.
the tale.
Imagine the ego boost when he realizes you guys told him about himself.
Let me regale you with the tale. So, I found myself talking to this drunk man, and then a tiefling invited me to a game show.
For the sake of this, I'm gonna have you roll a performance check. This is how Tiku, or this is how Razu got involved in the death games.
I will assist him. Not in the death games, but once I actually get it.
Well, yeah, you guys are telling him the story.
I also want to add that the reason he went by Cubix is because he was fascinated with the Cubix Ascenders.
Okay. I'm gonna have you guys do individual performance checks.
Now I'm sad Tiku didn't come.
Can I guidance myself?
As soon as you said you were gonna go forward, I was like, Kayla's gonna be sad.
Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, you're literally like telling him a story.
And I can tell you, the main reason I joined this adventure is because when I talked to the tiefling, I was very drunk.
What better reason to adventure than drink? As he would take
I'm gonna use
another drink.
Kenku Recall.
11.
21.
And if possible, I'd actually like to swap out slashing for bludgeoning, if possible. If he has it.
He would just hand you another one.
Oh, that works.
As you guys are telling him a story, like so you tell a part of your story, and then he starts, and then you're like almost like kind of on the side. You're like, is it possible if I could get like a bludgeon? He like doesn't even look at you. He's just like, here you are, my friend.
Drinks on the house.
As you guys have finished up your story, he kind of like thinking to himself, and he says, "Oh, how I long for adventure. You see, I can only travel so much, and as I said, I don't get to control where we go, but I've always been most fascinated. Like, did you know, as long as I've been around, I've been to Calanthus, I've been to Zorthak, I've been to Altera, I've never been to the mysterious continent. The single, the large one, volcano in the north, closest to the Molten Crown, but Calasmere has been sealed off from the sea, and somehow we can't arrive.
You've been to Zorthak?
Of course I've been to Zorthak. I'm from Zorthak. Well, I don't understand why that's confusing. Calasmere is the landlocked continent. No one can sail from there. And it seems we have been ourselves excommunicado, you could say. You said that you know of a traveling half-giant. If you could, pass along a word for me. If he could teach me how to venture to Calasmere, I've always been most fascinated.
Actually, I do have an idea in that regard, if you are alright with it. I have met an individual of magical persuasion, deific, maybe.
I like them. Interesting to interact with. Oftentimes dangerous.
But
keep your minds about you.
He has an ability to grant people who've met him the ability to meet him again by just them opening a door. And I was wondering if you could grant me the same. And I could go to this Calasmere and open the door for you.
I would love if that was possible, but again, unfortunately, I don't choose where the manor goes.
Well, you don't have to go where the manor goes. It could just be a door that opens to the manor.
But that still won't allow me to explore Calasmere.
Can you leave?
Because another
Tiki will do it for you!
Your problem that let me explain. I cannot leave my frame, you could say. He gets like a broad smile, happy with his own joke. With that said, I can experience life through adventures. So that's how I experience the world. So I must meet those from Calasmere so that I may explore Calasmere through them.
Can I introduce you to television? Technologia.
Nope.
have met a group of adventurers from Kalasmir.
Bring them!
I would send them your way.
Marvelous. As he puts a bag of gold on the table. Payment in advance.
I'll take
I would just bring up in Zinderhold.
They have like probes that can you can see the world in real time in your bar.
I don't know what it is you are consuming, but I would like some.
Zinderhold, remember, buy some.
Zinderhold, 4th floor.
I have it. He points to a paper where he's written it down.
And then you can get someone to take it with them. And then you can see all the shit that they see.
I would love that. Zinderhold, 4th floor. I have to convince the master.
Whew, all right. My endeavor has been solved. I was long since bored. No one enters here. I don't know why everyone here is scared. It's just a bar.
My recommendation, if you'll have it.
You see the cat things.
The cat thing.
This individual actually, he visits an inn quite often. My recommendation is actually to set up one with this name, so that way he'll visit your inn. It's called the Cubix Sword. If you set up this inn, I'm positive he'll meet you.
Yes, because he thinks I'm infringing on his copyright.
Yes.
I would also be upset if someone stole my name. This is an excellent idea. Zinderhold, 4th floor, Cubix Sword. Yes. Now, I'm sorry I can't be of help for this current endeavor, but...
Hey, we all know how time bullshit works. This is the only way he gets there.
I would also, on a random note, Razu would try to recall
So we met him.
the time I saw a half giant fighting 2 displacer beasts when we walked into his upper car. I'm gonna just be like,
So, the one on the right will specifically attack.
At this moment.
At this moment.
Just so you know, Nate, he just says he can't leave.
I know, but it's still important.
And the displacer beast will displace in front of the rock on the right. But if you would attack behind the rock on your left, you will survive. If you were that person.
It's still good to know if I ever found myself in a similar encounter. Perhaps I could employ similar techniques.
True. Displacer beasts are terrifying enemies.
Fascinating.
Well, we do have to make our way to the top of the mountain, and I would not want to tarry our future meeting.
Yes, all adventures come to a close.
A gift before you go. He pulls out one final vial. He says, perhaps one of my finest concoctions. This is, what is the best way? It allows you to feel rested. It only will work once, and its effects are quite potent. For a time, you will feel invigorated, like you've been rested. But after about an hour, you will find yourself less so. Much like magic that I've once encountered, where you can move faster for a time, but then find yourself exhausted, but to an extreme degree.
The haste spell, I'm familiar.
Yes, magic like that, but
For
in a
an
bottle.
hour?
No.
as Razu would flip through some notes and look at the alchemic records of a speed potion.
An hour?
Well, it's not it's like that spell, but again, it makes you feel rested. One might say you'll feel
Steroids.
invincible for an hour. You could do anything. You could cast as many spells as you wanted. You could run as far as you wanted without getting tired.
For an hour?
I feel like this has some serious drawbacks.
At the end of the hour, you fucking die.
It's like
You get
5th level
cancer.
exhaustion.
You didn't happen to make this yourself, did you?
It's like you take
Well,
it,
I did it-
but now you got irritable bowel syndrome and you're allergic to peanuts.
I did it with a little bit of help
It
from
also
one
has
of my
peanuts
my compatriots, you could say. I treat all of my guests as friends, as compatriots, companions even. They helped me come up with the solution. You see, what I figured out is that you could extrapolate, perhaps a future vision, perhaps of one who has used all of his power as much as he could in an instant, and you can harness that
and then invigorate someone with it. Granted, you must experience whatever the end part of that was, which in this case, you just get very, very tired for 24 hours. But during that hour, you will be like a god. I only have one request. You promise we meet, and you tell me the story.
Do you have a recipe?
I do not. I can tell you who helped me make it, though.
That'll work.
Yes, it was, fairy. It was a fairy in Galanthus. It was pink. And I just realized he didn't give me his name. How rude. I appreciate that you started with your names. I imagine that we can be friends.
His stink fairy in Galantra.
Yes.
Yes.
In the term of gift giving, while I don't think I can offer much, I do believe I can offer one thing that will be extremely useful to you. And I'm going to pull out 3 pieces of paper and set it down. One-time use for 3. You can write a message to anyone, and they will receive it.
Like a pen pal! Takes them.
I only have 3,
And kind
but
of sticks them in his britches.
if I see you again, I will be sure to collect more.
Fantastic. Well, gather more adventures. There are stories to be written and to be heard.
Yes.
Good luck.
I will actually hold out my hand to shake.
He grabs it, and as he like pulls up, it's like
I was
hard
expecting
enough that it, like pulls you up off your chair. Then you hit the chair. And he says, "It is wonderful to meet you, Cade and Raju. I
would
look
also
forward
grab his
to the
hand,
story."
and I would also grab the bag that he set on the table as future payment.
Payment for the potions.
A good tip.
I already yoinked that.
Make slide hand check.
Like that's already on in.
Re-yoink it.
Re-yoink it.
Dynamite.
You're burn tactical mind on this. You just be like, can I have it?
It's a total of 13.
My passive is 20.
Do you stop it?
Oh, you see him.
As he grows to grappa, I just. What are you? Why? What? What are you doing?
Payment for the potions.
You just like pick him up by his belt.
I stop him. It was a gift. You don't return a gift.
But we need
paid
to
for
pay
the potions.
For the potions.
We already did.
We did.
No, listen. Friends don't fight. We compromise. Here. I have a brilliant idea. Here. So give him the bag. Give him the bag. He hands it to me. You pay me for the potions. Wonderful. Payment for the story. You see? Now everyone has been paid.
I appreciate the god.
I like the way you work.
Me too. It's a good way to live.
Right. And I'll
Man is blurry.
give him a salute, and I will start to exit.
As you salute him, he goes, "Goodbye." He takes his hand down. His head is red because he hit himself way too hard.
I let Razu exit first, and then as I'm exiting, I just turn around and I say, "On the morrow, a gall Cubix," and I leave.
On the morrow.
Tawawubis.
As you finish up with your
spit out the
spells,
painting.
Razu and Kane come back. Kane with a large bag at his side, and Razu holding some potions.
So, we got here.
That seemed productive.
I don't think you
we have standing here,
understand. Bro just gave me a potion of the
Wait.
gods.
I'm done getting my spells figured out. We can go now.
Oh, yeah.
As you're walking, the clang at your side doesn't sound like coins. You open up what is
But
dragon
it's-
scales.
Oh.
A large bag of very high quality dragon scales.
Are you okay, Kane?
He's just
What do you have
He's
there?
like, he murdered them.
inspecting it. The dragon scales that he gave you, even at like a glance, he probably just gave you like 50,000 gold worth of dragon scales.
Is that a dragon skull?
Those are very shiny.
Holy shit.
What's a shiny? Can
The only
you
reason
eat
I'm
them?
saying that Zephyr knows what dragon scales look like is because we've been looking at fucking dragon scales this week.
No, that's a real thing.
So we just barely met a gall again.
Also, real quick, as soon as you guys came out, as before, door disappears.
And how did that go?
Very well.
I look at the climbing gear.
Razu also has just like large amount of like hemp rope with some grappling hooks on it that are strung around his.
Did you guys rob him?
Note to self: we
guys
need to
robbed the guy?
find Kilmia and Saga and introduce them to him.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
He,
great god, come here.
Yes.
She likes fish.
He likes stories.
Wait, how do you find him?
I know how to contact them.
I mean, I know
where he's in Cinderhold.
If he's still there.
I know how to find Oliver.
I mean,
Worth noting,
might
you guys
work.
actually know that the cubic sword is not there in Cinderhold anymore. When Talus showed up and it all got hit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. My bad.
I'm sure it'll make for a fascinating story for him to tell. About his store getting blown up.
Well, for now, we got quite a bit of potions, useful, as well as he said, a deific potion. You basically steal the energy from the next 24 hours to utilize in the next hour.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
According to him, completely safe.
Well then,
That sounds dangerous.
probably try it. I mean, I trust him. Why would a god lie?
Not right
Well, I mean, if
now.
it's like the trickster god or something.
We really got
Well,
to
then
go.
it's just a prank. It'd still be harmless. Haha.
Yes.
I mean, still
We have
lying.
until nightfall.
If he's the god of
Also,
life,
you drink potion. I feel like that's cheating. I thought we're not supposed to eat.
Eating is not drinking.
I mean, I don't think Dragon Tongue actually has a different word for eat and drink. It's all consume, isn't it?
if he's the god of lies, and I die because of one of his lies, I'll die happy.
As Razu would grab his shit
I assume
and start
it's
heading up the mountain.
assorted
Okay.
colors, right?
Sorry, one more time.
Assorted colors?
Oh, many,
Okay.
many,
I don't
many.
want to get roasted.
Isn't that kind of
I feel like it's my birthday.
a little ironic that the guy who's saying the god potion is sketchy is also using a sketchy red eye?
I actually have my eye still red, by the way.
It's your right eye. I had to correct it because he had his hint, but yes.
This is a means to an end. That looks like it might kill you.
I mean, there is a solution.
I'm just gonna say that red lightning's tried to kill us. Like,
Zephyr's the only one who heard that.
Oh,
anybody keeping track of how many times the red lightning's tried to kill us?
twice.
Nope.
They do say 3's the lucky number.
Third time's the charm.
Have I actually killed him twice?
I know you killed us with Terrence, and then I'm pretty sure you...
I don't think I've gone since.
Didn't you lose control another time?
Hold that thought. Are we going out into the festival? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Charge!
Climb!
I mean, I had the thing that happened at the village.
Does anybody have
when I tried
fire
to, like,
resistance?
control it,
Zico does not
but
want to get
I had to run
roasted.
back up for that.
I indeed have fire resistance.
Or poison?
Wasn't it
Potion.
during the trial?
Okay. Hold that thought. No more of that. Okay, so you guys, as you all, Batal again would open up the portal for you, and you would enter out into the festival. And immediately, you are greeted by what is the sound of drums.
Wrong background.
It kind of almost takes you back a little bit. It is still light. I think it's a little bit loud.
We're jamming. The festival's in full swing.
As there is instruments
Orchestra's
playing,
out.
as you start to hear, there's still rain, but it's a lighter rainfall now. As you kind of look up, especially you, Zephyr, kind of inspecting, and Gurgle, you're the first one who comes crashing back to reality. The sound of blades, the sound of screaming, of gore, of celebration, as you start to look at the festival, which now looks more like a fighting pit. There is blood just scattered throughout the dirt. There are these games that have all been going seem to all be broken or set free. The criminals from all of these different activities seem to have been set free and are taking their revenge on.
It's the purge.
Are taking their
That's literally what he
revenge
said.
on all the individuals that have been playing in the games, at least those that are able to survive. Some individuals are seemingly excited for this, using it to rob other stalls or engage in unfinished grudges to attack them.
I think the rules are broken, guys.
Before we get started, I cast telepathic bond on everyone.
Okay.
I was just going to say, before we left, I wanted to drink the bludgeoning resistance potion, as well as attempt to contact Malrith, but I assume the second one
Malrith
failed.
is still unavailable. With that said, as you guys start to look out, you hear a next to you as you turn and see a familiar purple dragon standing with his head held high. When he's actually perched up properly, he still stands above you, and he looks to the field. All the different humanoids around you take a little bit of a step back from him to kind of like look. You see a few of them have that almost like that glint of small dragon. Maybe I could kill him, take his scales. And then they think better of it as they go, and you see even younger individuals, teenagers, in some case kids, killed by criminals. This very much so has turned into a purge-like setting, almost a riot of gore, bloodlust, and greed. As Vorthalak standing next to him, he says, "And now you see what humanoids do when left to their own devices. This is why my mission is important, and why I hope you choose the right side at the end of this."
So you said that's right?
And he would take off at that point. And that is where we are going to end for the evening.
Oh, good.
As next week, we get to start the ascent.
This is
All right.
terrible.
We love you, Jasmine. Thank you for always hanging out with us. We will be back next week. Everyone have a great week. Bye-bye.